tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, good evening, everybody. Here we go. Another Sty Story Sunday. Hey, I'm going to start right off with shouting out all the folks that have been hanging out in the chat. Let's see who all's hanging out tonight. Looks like we got a pretty good crowd for right at the intro. Well, first person in here was Get Her Done Granny. She said 45 minutes. I hope I don't fall asleep again before the stream. Yeah, she's down in the basement. I hope she's not napping. Nope, no, I see her moving. Yeah, all's good, all's good. Yeah. Then we had the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla Brokeback Mountain. And I had to explain. No, there is a mountain in the story, but not that one. No. And let's see, who else did we come rolling through? Oh, we had Alexander from Old Country Farming Home and Gardens Guild. I told him I don't think he could get a much longer channel name, you know. Hey, Alexander, it's great to see you. And then we had Adventures in the Heartland. Hey, John, and hopefully Jan's in the background there. It's great to see you. Great to see you guys. Then we had Dojo, the one and only Dojo in the house. There he is. Oh, and there's a fave for all of us, Kimberly Ferris. She's always there. It's awesome to see you, Kimberly. And there's Eric Pollock. That's awesome. I'm just glad I'm not committed to tinctures like Phil is. Yeah. Phil's so stuck on doing tinctures that if he sees the name Eric, it don't matter which Eric it is. He's just automatically reaching for tinctures. No. Okay, and then speaking of Phil, look at there. We got everything spicy in the house. He's down in the basement too. He ain't napping. He probably needs one, but he ain't. Then we got Mama Vapes. Beauty, great to see you. Saucy Raid. I couldn't believe it. I asked Phil, he come into the basement and he goes, saucy shit, Raid. And I go, no, he can't be over yet. This can't be done yet. He says, well, he only wanted to do about a half hour and then run over here. Shane, love you, man. Love you. And let's see. Oh, there's JCT. Great to see ya. Yep, JCT's great. And then we've got Jason the Reaper. Hey, James, great to see you tonight. Good group of folks. Let's see. I'm getting down toward the bottom here. There's Aiden here. Hey. Hi. And Melissa Spencer. Awesome. It is a good evening. I am so glad to be here with you guys tonight. And there's, my chat's moving. There we go. There's Saucy Shane. There's my brother. He's great. Chowser's in the house. There we go. Great to see you, Chowser. Fox It Outdoors. And Will the Rocker. Good evening. Now I'm caught up as far as the StreamYard goes. Get things arranged again here. Okay. Looks like we're good to go. I'm going to bring my friends from the basement up here with me. Boom, there's Get Her Done Granny.
Hello, everybody.
See, she's wide awake. She didn't fall asleep.
Nope, I'm awake.
Hopefully I don't put you to sleep now.
No, you don't put me to sleep.
I have that effect on some, though. And then we got this guy. I mean, that frickin' Jim Bob. Damn.
What?
What?
What time is it?
Oh.
Is it over?
We just woke you up to say good night.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Phil, wake up and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yep. What a character.
Yeah, don't give me any material to act up with, because you know I will.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Saucy Shane? How you doing, man?
All I can hope for is that last night we got some of it out of our systems. But
did you see my thing in our group? They didn't even went right straight through. Nothing.
They never limited it or nothing.
Nothing.
I can't believe it. I'm doing something wrong.
Well, they do it to all of my videos. They do it to all of my live videos. All of them need to be reviewed to go full monetization after they do what they do at the end. This one didn't. I went in there thinking for sure I'd have copyright strikes on me for playing someone else's video on YouTube like 10 times, and you know.
Yeah, I mean, you killed that video. I was really myself when you posted that. I thought, you lucky bugger. I mean, hey, Cindy, good to see ya. But there was some content in there. I thought, they'll limit it. You know, they won't take it completely away, but they'll limit it. They didn't even limit it. I'm just like, what the heck?
Nothing. They were taking the day off yesterday. They let everything through yesterday, apparently. Or this morning, because it was this morning when we got done with it. So, yeah,
I couldn't believe it. It was a fun stream. It was a fun stream. It was crazy. It was just crazy.
You know, the way I see it is, you know, I can do an hour and a half, 2 hour stream, or I can do a 5 hour stream. You know, part of it is I didn't have to work the next day, so I did sleep in. But it's like if I got to go to work the next day, I do have to. I've cut it short with 30 plus people in there. I just, I gotta sleep.
Right.
Gotta sleep.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to know when to say it's done, you know.
If you don't sleep, them customers will pull a slick one over on you.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
No, that's just the problem is I don't get out of my seat quite as quickly when I don't have any sleep. Then I don't make no money. Then I might as well be sitting at home.
Yeah.
That's it.
If it ain't doing nothing, might as well be sitting at home. So
that's right.
That's and if you're not getting enough sleep, then the stress of just working just makes it worse for you. I mean, it's not good for you health-wise, you know. I was going to pop it up here tonight, but I didn't get it set up so I could pop it up here. But something I found out today, because I'm having issues with my diabetes, bad issues, trying to figure out how I can lower those blood sugars, maybe even a little more naturally. Guess what I came across?
What's that?
I never realized that a lot of the diabetic medications out there, one of the agents in those medications is capsaicin.
Huh.
They've been studying capsaicin for years on the diabetic issue. And capsaicin, even if it's consumed naturally, just through fresh peppers or whatever, actually improves your blood sugar levels. It'll bring your blood sugars levels down.
Wow.
It also improves conditions of neuropathy, which I get from diabetes in my legs. It's like a tingling, like your legs have fallen asleep type feeling. It helps eliminate that, and it reduces inflammation. So the consumption of capsaicin, you guys are suffering because you're just taking it straight on, But if you can consume peppers with higher levels of capsaicin, you're actually doing your body good. It's doing more good than it is harm. I cut and pasted the statement out of the medical journal that I was reading about it. And I wanted to pop it up here, but I didn't get it where I could. So
for the diabetes part, if you put capsaicin peppers in a half pound of chocolate, it probably is counterproductive, right?
Right.
Oh God, I wish. So that's like saying, well, that Psycho bar I ate, that was about 5 ounces. Oh no, that was 8 ounces, I think. That the chocolate didn't matter because it was full of ghost peppers, Yeah. No, I don't think it works that way, Phil. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. No.
It's good wishful thinking. I mean, hell, it's a good argument I can use with the doctor. She says you haven't been eating any chocolate, have you? Well, only chocolate with capsaicin in it.
Right.
I want to make sure that I eat healthy chocolate.
Yeah, I think I got your cure right here for you, Sty.
Oh, there you go, a nemesis. There you go.
2 of these in the morning, and or at night, and call me in the morning. How's that work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take 2 of these before you go to bed.
Call me in the morning. There you go.
And call me in the morning, because you will not have slept all night, but call me in the morning anyway.
Oh,
Gary Irwin sounds like a hot topic tonight. Actually, the Sty Story title, Brokeback, I figured somebody somewhere along the line is going to go mountain. Oh boy. B and VG jumped in there right, or G and VG jumped in there right away. Mountain? No, people. No. This is not Brokeback Mountain. This story's not Brokeback Mountain. It's does have a mountain in it, but not that one. Not that
Brokeback Outdoors.
Brokeback Outdoors. Brokeback Camp. Not one I want to go to.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, Hike with Mike. Good to see you.
That's okay.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. You go camp wherever you want. I'm not going to tell you climb any mountain you want. I don't care. Just don't invite me, okay?
Yep. Saucy Shane. Is that a movie or something?
And then I look at all the glasses. Is that a movie or something?
Yeah, I was trying to find movies today with the word, people saying the word granny. They don't say granny a lot in movies.
Nope.
They don't. Although there was a granny in Ice Age. She was a sloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah, I did clip out a little video from that, but I didn't wind up using it. So.
Oh,
But yeah, you guys definitely got to come, and so does Granny to the Monday night. We will have Granny. We will introduce Granny's intro Monday, as long as Granny shows up.
right.
Yeah.
Got Granny and Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, I should have gone. That's where I should have found Granny. Right. I was trying to think of all the ways I could find. Trying to think of the Granny. Trying to think.
Oh, you
Granny.
bet.
Man, we could have got so many Granny from Beverly Hillbillies.
No kidding. You would have had all the grannies that you could have dealt with there.
God, all day long. Damn. I don't know. I think you're gonna like this one. I think this one will be all right.
No spoilers now.
As long as anyways.
Yeah.
And the creek don't rise. I'll be there.
Was there a Granny and Golden Girls hike with Mike? I mean, they were all grannies, but nobody called them Granny.
Yeah, I can't remember if anybody did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they called her by her first name.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Yeah. That's it. Is some of them old gals, you figure, they're old and naive, and then, oh no. They come off with some one-liners, and you go, oh, she's listening and paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Always listen and pay attention. I can tell y'all things y'all said and stuff. Listen.
I'm glad that you don't revisit some of the things we've said.
Yeah.
I hope you don't remember all of it. Holy crap.
Oh, some of it. I work hard at forgetting some of it. Yeah.
Sometimes all I need to remember is a little buzzword.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. Brings back memories.
Hey, Saucy Shane.
Oh.
Yeah. So how's everybody's Thursday been?
Thursday?
Yeah. No, it's Sunday. So let's talk about Thursday. What the fuck? Ooh, right. That's first 15 minutes. Oh, I went past the 15-minute mark. So if I drop an F-bomb, they won't demonetize. Jesus H. Christ. So how was your Thursday at all? Yeah, let's start a campfire in the Sty Shack.
Well, I tell you what, I ain't getting no more of them damn Cornish cross chickens. Them damn things is pussies. They're awful. They eat too much, and they'll eat themselves plumb to death. They'll eat to where they can't even. It's like, what are you doing?
Are those heavy feeder chickens though?
You're supposed to. They're crazy. They ain't stout at all. They're so delicate. It's like, God. Had to throw one in the burn barrel today.
Oh no.
Yup.
Chicken cremation.
Yep, that's what we do. Ain't gonna eat one that's already dead.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you build? 3 coops?
I built the duck hut. I built a coop for the turkeys. I built a coop for the goose. And I built a coop for the chickens.
You built 4 of them.
4 of them.
Yeah, I was watching that today. Watching her saw wood. I was watching her take a, I think it was an alternator or something out of. I was watching all sorts of different things, trying to see if I could catch a glimpse of Granny that I could use. And you got some watch time today.
I got some watch time. You tried to find material. Oh, I can't remember what it was. There was somebody somewhere had talked about a specific outdoors bushcrafting thing, and I No, I made note of it somewhere. I couldn't find it. So I'm going around all these different bushcrafters that I follow, and I'm watching their damn videos, I bet you I watched for 12 hours. All these different people's videos. I right at the point where I was just going to give up. And I went to this one channel and I saw this video he had, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, that's not even near what I'm looking for, that topic. And I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll watch it and then give up. So I clicked on that video and I passed it up about 10 times because there's no way that video is what I was looking for. Sure as shit. 10 minutes into the video, there's exactly what I was looking for. I spent 12 hours trying to find it, and it was right there. I mean, yeah, just looking in the wrong place.
Well, sorry to hear that, Mr. Fulton.
I'm resting my back, and my neck is in very bad pain. Yep, tonight's story topic. There you go. It's good to see you, Mr. Fulton. Yeah, we got about 8 minutes before I'll do the story yet. So I was busy today just working on content and stuff for my Christmas Day stream. And it's not as if I have to recreate a lot of stuff. I had to just find it because after my old computer had crashed and I got the computer replaced, those files for some reason never got transferred over to this new computer. And I was certain I had drawn everything off that old one. And I went through it and for days there's still a lot of files on there, but most of them are garbage, and I'm going through it. That Christmas stuff's got to be in here. It's got to be in here. I thought, oh God, I got to totally recreate a whole new Christmas setup. This morning, I fired up my laptop because I haven't been on it for over a week or so. And fired it up. I'm in there scanning around, trying to clean up some of the old files that are on it stuff. There's this nice big file folder hit me right in the face. Says Christmas 2019. I go, can't be. Opened it. Everything's in it. And I thought, you son of a bitch. I've been spending almost 3 weeks trying to find all that Christmas stuff in here. It was on my laptop in one folder. So all I had to do was copy the whole folder, plop it on the new machine. I thought, oh, thank God. Thank God.
It reminds me of that joke. It was in the last place I looked. Well, I hope you quit looking once you found it.
No
It
shit.
should be in the last place you looked.
Yeah. That's one of those, why'd you even say that? I mean, just say, I finally found it. Yeah. Yeah. Last place I looked. That's, I'd love to hear somebody come out and say, God, I looked in 26 different places and I found it in the 5th.
Or I found it in the next to the last place I looked.
Yeah, I found it in the next to the last place I looked. I looked 25 times. I found it on the 24th. Yeah, what? Yep, why not? Hey, guys, share this out. Get your friends over here. Not just for the Sty Story, just to hang out and chat a bit. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be pushing no 3-hour stream tonight or 4-hour stream tonight. A lot of the wind's blown out of my sails today. So I was telling Granny, I woke up this morning. I started out just feeling groggy and weak and just like I could have slept for 24 hours. Checked my blood sugar and it was a 425.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, holy mackerel. My doctor told me that if it exceeds 425, that I should go over to the hospital that's down the road from me, to the emergency room, and demand that they at least give me a at least give me enough insulin to get that down. And so it was at 425. She said, if it goes over 425, you make sure. So 425, I said, well, at least I don't have to go to the hospital. But it took, arcade in a different realm. 420,
Yes.
420 is a much different number, isn't it? Yeah. The actually a little 420 would make the 425 probably feel better, but
I wonder if that would help you.
yeah. but it took forever. I haven't eaten at all today, and I checked the blood sugar before I came on panel, and it's at a 286 right now. So
Wow.
So it has come down considerably, but nowhere near where it needs to be. And the problem with the high blood sugar is it makes you feel real lethargic and tired and hungry. When my blood sugars go up, that's when I get the hangries. Boy, I get real hungry. And all this old boy eats now is last night, after the stream last night, I had 2 cups of cauliflower and then about a half a cup of broccoli and a half a cup of small baby carrots, all raw vegetables.
Sure.
And that was it. And then an hour after that, I hit the rack. Yeah. There's lousy diet. Hey, Smithies, Kentucky, it's been a while. Good to see ya. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Crazy Ann, you snuck in here.
Oh, she's been in there working.
She's sneaky, that girl. I tell you, I'm amazed I would even miss her. You know, that's not often that I miss Crazy Ann in the house. You know. Oh, broke back, and I feel like it. Oh.
Oh, by the way, I did see there's 2 movies out there that now I want to see. One's called Granny's Got Teeth.
That sounds like a Christmas story.
It's not. It's a horror flick. And the other one was like Vision. It was an M. Night Shyamalan or something or other, where Grandma and Grandpa, or Granny and Grandpa, were weird. It was a M. Night Shyamalan movie from about 3-4 years ago. So I'm thinking, all right, I need to see these now.
Now I might have to look that one up. I've seen a lot of
Oh, Granny's Got Teeth. That was 10 years ago. You got to see that one.
Boy,
It's got some actors in it from the Fast and the Furious. You'll recognize some of the actors in there.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to be lining up to see Granny's Got Teeth. Yeah.
Granny's Got Teeth.
Hey, Plano Chuck. Yeah. Yeah. Arcade says you can't. It's nightmare material. That's right.
I don't watch a lot of that stuff anymore. I don't watch a lot of movies anyways, but yeah, even that stuff anymore. I don't seek it out like I used to.
I watch probably 2 or 3 movies a week, but they're all old ones that I've watched 6 or 8 times before.
Okay.
Very few new ones do I pick up on, you know. Well, and I'm cheap too until they're in that $3 or $5 bin at Walmart. I ain't buying the damn
right.
Thing. I see our theaters open in town.
Is it?
I laugh so hard. My youngest boy was telling me this afternoon. He says, "Oh yeah, the theater's open." He says one of the guys I work with went to a movie the other night, and he said there was 6 people in the theater to watch that movie. I said, "Boy, they're booming now, aren't they?" He says, "Yeah, they're open, but nobody's showing up."
You know, I went and got a haircut today, and I go, you check in on your phone. It was a 38-minute wait. So driving from home to there is, 15 minutes. So I figured, that's good. So I get there. I'm the next person. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was talking to the gal, and she's like, yeah, no, they only had 2 ladies in there cutting hair. And says, most of us are only working 2 days a week. I would assume them places open back up. Everybody be getting a haircut all the time and everything.
Yeah, getting caught up.
She said, nope, I think people are afraid to come and get their hair cut. Like, wow. I think for guys, a lot of guys have let their grooming go.
Yeah.
Since they had to. I think some of them let their grooming go. And now they just haven't gotten back. I don't think anybody, at least I don't think in this part of Michigan, you got a lot of people that are afraid because the hell, everything was packed. All the drive-thrus and everything was packed yesterday. So
we've got probably, I think, 4 or 5 hair cutting joints, salons and the like here in town. And the one right across the street from the clinic, it's Scissors Edge, it's called. And I've known that gal for years. But I shave my head now, so why the hell would I pay for a haircut? But I run into her once in a while, and I was looking over at her shop there, and she's got 4 gals that work there, and that place was packed.
Really?
It was packed. But I noticed, so that caught my attention. On the way home, I passed 2 other ones, and they had like 1 customer in each of them. And it's like, why is Scissors Edge so damn busy, And I looked in there; they're all wearing masks and stuff. Yeah. Well, hey guys, let's get tonight's Sty Story out of the way. I'm just going to set you over here. There we go. Hey. Brokeback. Oh, tonight's Sty Story. This one I had already had set up to do for this week, so I didn't have to mess with it right on Sunday morning, But there was another story I wanted to do tonight, and Granny gave me the inspiration for it, so that'll be next week, I guess. I just had to go ahead and do this story, being it was all set up. So, Brokeback, and it's not the mountain. Back in the mid-1980s, I was living out in northwestern Montana, and I went to work for a company called Long Year Corporation, and that's out of the Mesaba Range in northern Minnesota, the Iron Range. And what they do is they do core drilling to look for precious metals, right? And I had a little bit of experience working on a drill rig, and I heard that they were looking for someone to work on their rig. Well, I got a hold of them and I said, hey, I'm available. I'll take the job. And they said, well, you probably won't want this position. I said, why? And they said, actually, it's driving the water truck. And I said, I'll take any position. I wanted work right then and there. I'll take anything. And they said, well, you'll find out your first day on the job. It's not an easy job. I said, well, I'm good for it. I was in my mid to late 20s at the time. Yeah, I'll take it. So I took that job. And they said, the driller, your chief driller, will pick you up at your house on Monday morning and you'll start your first shift. I said, okay. So this guy shows up and picks me up. Halfway to the rig, I'm going, where in the hell is this drill rig? And he says, you see that mountain way over there? Way up at the top there? He says, we're just down a little ways from the very top of that mountain. I said, where the hell? It took 2 hours to drive to the drill rig. Well, then, and you work 12-hour shifts. So you were gone 16 hours to go to work. You worked 4 days on and you got 4 days off, 4 days on, 4 days off. And So we get up to that drill rig, and he's going to give me the whole rundown on what my job is. He shows me the water truck. Now, it's a big old straight truck. It's got a 600-gallon water tank on it. And I said, now, where the heck are you getting? I don't have to drive down to town to get water in that truck, do I? I'll haul it back up to you. He goes, oh, no. It's only about a mile and a half, 2 miles from here. He says, jump in the truck, he says, and I'll ride with you and I'll show you where to go. I said, okay. Get in that truck, and he takes me to where the water hole is to get water. Okay. So it's about a mile and a half, 2 miles. Narrow little stinking logging road that they had put in years before. Rough as sin. Narrow as hell. And you look off the side, and it's a slope that's probably, probably about 60 degrees. Steep, bugger. But it goes down 800 feet. And you're thinking, man, put a tire over that, you're dead. You go off that thing. We get to this watering hole, and it's an artesian spring, and they rocked it all up. They stacked rocks so that it would pool up. So this pool's about 4 feet deep. And on the back of this truck, there's a pump, a gas-powered pump. You get up there and you hand pull it started. And you got this big 3-inch line that you pull off the truck, and you take it over to that pool and drop it in that pool, fire that pump up, suck that water out of that pool into that truck. Went through the whole routine. He's walking me through it, and I'm going, this ain't so bad. It's pretty cool, you know. You climb up on, you get the hose off, throw it in the pond, and you climb up on that truck, and there's a like a walking panel beside the tank that you kind of put your hands on the side of the tank, and you shimmy down that panel over to that motor, and you start the motor up, and you just hang out up there, have a smoke, and you wait until you got about 500 gallons. You keep it a little below the lid, you know. You get about 500 gallons on, shut the pump off, put the hose back on the truck, haul that water back up to that drill site. And there's big tanks that then you dump all that water in one of those big tanks. And you do that for 12 hours. You just go to that pond, fill the truck, bring it back, put the water in the tank, turn around, go back to the pond, get the water, put it in the tank. I thought that ain't going to be so bad. He told me, he says, oh, you know, we want you to do this rather quickly. He said, so when you're pulling your line off and getting everything set up and pumping the water, you got to do it as quick as you can, because we want that water. We need it, because they need that water to be able to drill through solid rock. That's what cools the drill bit down. Okay. I got it. Hurry up. I understand. And he says, and I'm telling you, you be damn careful. Don't hurt yourself anywhere between here and there, because we don't have radios to call for help or anything. He says, and I'm not going to know if something happens to you, because I'm running the drill rig. I got no time to figure out, well, where's Sty? He's 5 minutes late. He says, so you're on your own, so be careful. Okay. Well, this story is a little fitting with Phil's intro for me. As you all know, Sty has a habit of falling down and tripping up and falling on my ass. No, Phil's shaking his head. No, right? Well, and that goes years back. I got lots of practice. So everything went good on the job for the first couple weeks. Well, then the weather changed, and it started dropping below freezing. And I mean, it really dropped. It was getting cold where everything was icing up. The nice thing about the pond, the artesian pond, was that water was constantly moving, so it never froze solid. The big water reservoirs we had at the drill rig, they'd get a coat of ice on them. And we had these big mixers that mix this slurry together with the water. And those, they get ice around the edges, and that'd be about it, even if it got down to 10 below. So I didn't have to worry about the water freezing up. I just knew that don't park that truck with an empty tank. At the end of the shift, leave the tank full. And oddly enough, the motion of all the water going into that tank, after you empty it, there'll be a layer, about a 2-inch layer of ice inside that tank on the top, just hanging there. You put water in there, it literally melts that ice out. So I figure I got this mastered. So I'm off to the water hole. We get started a new shift. And I'm off to the water hole, and the driller and his helper, they're busy. They're getting their rig fired up, starting to drill. And I waved goodbye at them and jumped my truck, took off for water. I get up to that pond. Now, here's the thing. You get to the end of this little road, and it dead ends. Boom. There's just a pile of rock at the end. And up this hill is where that pond is. Okay. Like I said, it had been freezing. And then it snowed. I get to the end of that road, and what I got to do is I got to back that truck backwards up that hillside to that pond. I back the truck up, and it's not flat at the top. It's still slanted. So the truck is pointing downhill. It's definitely slanting, right? I get out of the truck, regular routine. There's no reason to climb up on the truck until you get your line in the water, everything's set up. So I get everything set up, and I'm thinking, this is cool. Jump up there, everything's going good. Start the motor, make sure that it's discharging water into the tank, and I'm going, and it's freaking cold. So I'm crawl off the truck, and I get in the cab. And I'm sitting back having a smoke and a cup of coffee, figure, well, I'm not going to stand out there for 20 minutes, freezing my butt off for that tank to fill up. I'll just wait in the truck. All of a sudden, off the front of the hood on the ground, I can see water running down that hill. And I'm like, what the heck? The tank's full, and it's overflowing, right? So I jump out of that truck, climb up right behind the cab, start walking up the bed of this truck with that big tank on it, and that water is spraying over the sides of this tank. And I'm hanging onto this tank to get to the end of it. I'm getting soaking wet to shut that pump off. And it's slippery. I mean, it's just pure frickin' ice on that truck. It's just freezing as that water's coming up. I get up there, just about get to the pump, and I lost my grip on that tank. And I slid down the full length of that tank, which was about 24 feet. Slid down the side of that tank, hit the back of the truck with my back. Boom, hit the back of the truck. And it spun me right off of the truck bed, which is about 5 feet to the ground. Didn't notice it beforehand, but just below that spot, there's the top of a big rock sticking out of the ground, and it's sticking about the size of a basketball, sticking out of the ground. I spun around and I landed on that devil right in the small of my back. It folded me right over that rock. It didn't knock the wind out of me. It knocked my ass completely out. I come to, and I'm hurting. Oh, it hurts. I come to, And I go to lift my right arm up. I was going to roll over on my left side, and I couldn't lift my right arm. And I looked, and then I looked at my left arm. I'm going, holy shit. I was froze to the damn ground. My coveralls froze to the ground. I finally broke loose, ripped my pant leg because it was froze really good. And I realized the pump is still running. That's why I was soaking wet and why everything was froze around me was I never did get the pump off. So I had to crawl to the back of the truck because my back hurt so damn bad I couldn't stand up. I crawled to the back of the truck and used the tail end of the truck to get myself on my feet and shut that pump off. As soon as I let go of the back of the truck, boom, I was back on the ground. I couldn't stand up. My legs weren't working right. And I'm looking at that big hose sticking in that pond, and I'm going, I ain't going to get that out of there. Not in this shape. There's no way I can get that back on the truck. Then I thought, I'll just drive back dragging the damn hose. That's what I'll do. Crawled back down to the truck cab, and it was a bummer. I was able to use the running board to get part way up, and then I just could reach the handle outside the driver's door to get myself up and got a hold of the steering wheel, crawled in, got in there. I'm sitting in there in the worst damn pain, couldn't believe the pain. And the truck's sitting there running. The truck was running all that time. So it was nice and warm in there, but I'm looking down that hillside. Have you ever seen a skating rink after they've glazed it? Where it's just that shiny white ice. It's just, I mean, there's not a single little bump in it. That's the way that whole road down to where it turned at a 90-degree angle to the right. That's the way that whole road down that hill looked. At the end, if I were to go down and not be able to make the turn at the end, I'd have about an 800-foot ride through a clear cut with stumps that are 4 feet around, standing about 3 to 4 feet high, all the way down that mountainside. So there's no way I could have dodged those stumps on the way down. And I thought, I got a full tank of water. I got all the weight in the world. I'll get down this. Oh yeah, sure. I started down that. I didn't roll any more than 3 feet. And just the drag of the transmission of the truck, those tires broke loose. And I'm free sliding down that damn mountain. I got off to the edge where it was a lot of loose gravel. It was ice covered, but it was loose gravel under it. I got onto that, and that allowed me to get some steering power. And I just barely made it around that corner with that water truck without laying it on its side. So I'm thinking, I'm going to survive. I drove that water truck back to the rig, and I got to the spot I needed to be in to back up to the tanks. I got backed up to the tanks, and that's when I realized I can't get out of the truck. I can't stand up. My legs, my ankles and feet were working well enough to drive the truck, but I couldn't walk. There was no strength in them, and they didn't do what I told them to. So I'm sitting in that damn truck for at least a half an hour before the driller shut down the rig and come over and said, "What are you doing? Why are you just sitting here?" And he goes, "And where the hell have you been? You ain't getting paid for all that time you were gone." I said, "I wasn't gone that damn long." He says, "The hell you weren't? You were gone 2.5 hours." That's why I was frozen to the ground. I had to have been laying on that ground for at least an hour, hour and a half. And I told him what happened, explained everything to him. He's looking at the truck. He goes, "My God, man, there's 2 inches of ice on everything. It's all coated, 2 inches." He says, "I don't even know how the hell we're going to get the ice off the truck." I said, "I don't give a shit." I said, "All I know is I got to figure out how to get off the mountain." The only way they got me off that mountain, because like I said, I could not stand. And these guys were scared to death to touch me. They thought, oh, he'll sue us if we touch him and he ends up crippled, you know. And I said, I don't care how you get me off this mountain. You just got to get me off. So they came up with some old packing blankets and threw them in the box of the pickup truck that we ride up in, 3 of us. They threw those packing blankets in the back of that pickup truck. I'm in this big water truck with driver's door open, and they backed that pickup truck up, and it was just low enough that the bottom of the driver's door went into the box of the truck. And they said, can you get yourself into the box of the truck? I said, oh, I'll give it my best shot. I managed to slide out of the driver's seat and then kind of shimmy and do the old snake motion and got myself into the box of the truck. They pulled it out, flipped tailgate up, closed the big truck door and said, hang on, we're heading off the mountain. They drove me down off the mountain. By the time I got into town, that's a 2-hour drive. Got into town, my legs started feeling better. Where I thought I think I can stand up. So I had sat up in the back of that truck, and I had to lay back down because any impact vertically on my spine was just killing me. But when we got there, I managed to slide out the tail end of the truck and actually come off the tailgate and stand up. And I realized, hey, if I can hang on to somebody, I can walk. So I had them walk me to my truck, and I went home. Dumbest thing in the world. Don't do that stuff, man. You hurt yourself, especially your back. You hurt your back. You have to take it serious. Get yourself to a doctor. Get it checked out. Ended up, well, and I was so bullheaded. You ain't doing no surgery or nothing on me. That ain't happening. I did end up going to the doctor 3 days later. I had to use a urinal and a bedpan. I lived on our sofa in our living room. I couldn't move. I managed to get home, get on that sofa, and from there I was seized up. I couldn't move. And after a couple of days, I told the ex, I said, help me get in the car and you take me to the doctor. Okay. So they do an x-ray of my back and they go, oh yeah, real smart. You fractured 2 vertebrae. You got a disc that's all smashed in there. They said, we really should do surgery. I said, you really should shut the hell up. No, you're not. No, I'm not going under the knife. And I said, what are the odds of me healing up if I just go home and stay immobile for a while? That doctor told me, he says, yeah, you got about a 40% chance of that working out okay for you. He said, I can't force you to stay here and have anything done. But he says, boy, I highly recommend that you let us work on your back. I said, no, ain't happening. Well, I got home and I probably should have let him do something at the time. But it took me 6 weeks before I was able to just go walking wherever I wanted to go without having to worry about things. But for 3 solid weeks, I had to have my children help me get up and walk me to the bathroom and back to the couch. But I lived on that couch for a solid 3 weeks. The only place I ever walked to was to the bathroom. And I my ex-wife and I, yeah, we've permanently agreed to disagree, but I have to credit her for my recovery because she said, you got to do more than that bathroom. And you got to start doing some of those things a little by yourself or go to the hospital, have them do that surgery, one of the two. And I said, I can't, I'm not going to, no. She says, well, I don't know how the hell you're going to get your dinner anymore because it's going to be sitting in the kitchen. You're going to have to get your ass up, go get your dinner. And that really did help my recovery. It forced me to get up and start being mobile. But I'll tell you what, back injuries are not a joke. Boy, they are not a joke. it's one of the very few times where Sty's had a crash and burn where I hurt myself, where I actually hurt myself. But don't be like me. Don't be like me and be stubborn. Um, you know, that I still have issues with my back. Those two vertebrae, it was weird because as they healed up, I started getting calcium deposits between the vertebrae. So they wanted to do surgery, and they wanted to do one of two things: fuse the two vertebrae together, or put in steel bars on each side of them so that they'll never move again. Well, didn't have to. Mother Nature did it. That fused those two vertebrae together with calcium between the vertebrae. Problem is that calcium will break up if I have an impact or do something too heavy. That calcium will break up, and it pinches nerves in my lower back, and then my legs go to crap on me. But I look at it now, going on 64, I go out hiking, I'm all over the place. I've learned to live with that injury, but just a couple of minutes of thought when I was on that water truck, that icy water truck, no. All I had to do was stop and think about the outcome, and I would have done things a lot different, and I would have never been injured like that. So there you go. That's the Brokeback, and it's on a different mountain. In fact, that mountain was called Chicago Peak in northwestern Montana. So, yeah, Brokeback Chicago Peak. So, there's your story for tonight, guys. There you are. Oh, wrong button. That's the button I wanted. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that one selection there where it squeezes everybody good. Yeah.
I feel cramped.
It's like three of us trying to get through a turnstile in the subway at the same time. Right. Yeah, would you
move your
turn sideways, would you?
Yeah, that's no joke, Sty. That's no joke at all. That's what's wrong with my back. I hurt the lower vertebrae. It got a bulging disc, but now I've got degenerative disc disease and arthritis in it because of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I figure I was happened. Like 26 at the time, 27, right around there.
Yep. And it's never ever completely quit hurting.
That's mine
all the time.
And it was crazy because when I felt okay, I'm basically recovered. Other than the fact my back hurt like the devil, it always hurt. But I was mobile again. So that I felt was a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I went and saw the doctor, and the doctor says, "But man, he says I can look at you got a permanent cringe on your face." He says, "You don't need to be going through that pain." And I said, "Well, yeah, I do. My back is all busted up." That's what's causing it, man. That you can't undo that. And he goes, "Well, I can give you meds, so you can manage your pain." And that was my one and only experience with OxyContin. You don't want to you don't want to go down that road. I got to the point where I wasn't feeling no pain at all, but I'll be damned if I can remember your name. I mean, I was just a totally different person. And
well, I gotta admit, I take one pain pill a day. The only time I ever take two is when it gets so bad that I'm ready to be plumb down. I'm really careful with it. I have been, because if I don't take one in the morning when I get up, I can't move. I can't get going.
And I'm at that point. I've got some potent pain meds over in the drawer there. If I ever get up some morning and it's just where, oh my God, I might make it to that drawer, but I ain't doing nothing else today, I can take one and get myself over that hump. Otherwise, and you know what it's like, Granny. You learn.
Yeah.
That's it. You learn
I've
to
learned to
manage
manage
it.
it.
You learn
Yeah.
to live with it.
Yeah.
Hey,
But I
Richard.
mean, that one time they wanted me to take 3, and I wouldn't take that many at one
Yeah.
time. I'm like,
And
no,
see,
I'm
and
not
that
going
was
to
the
do that.
problem is just back in the 80s, that doctor, you don't give somebody a 90-day supply of OxyContin because he's asking for a refill after 45 days. You just don't give them that much up front, and that's where it was. Is I spent about 5 months just buzzed up, just totally buzzed up, and but at least I realized what was going on and said,
Yep.
"Ooh, man!" And then I did the worst thing in the world. I tried to quit off of a cold turkey, and that was going to kill me. So I decided I got to limit myself to one a day, and it took about a month for me to get to the point where I could just cut them out, But yeah, yeah. So Sty, when he falls down nowadays, yeah, and it's like I said in my premiere the other day, practice, learn how to fall down in a sense where you won't hurt yourself. Where the worst you'll get is maybe a little bump or a bruise, That this just because you're young, people say, well, you're lucky you were young. It wouldn't have mattered. It don't matter.
No.
I don't care what age you are. You do a bad injury,
It's there forever.
it's going to stick with you, and it'll make I would have rather had that happen a month ago than back then, because that would have been that 30 years that I didn't have to deal with that,
Yeah.
pain back there, and that's.
But
Yeah.
you learn certain positions you can move. That's just like I can get out there with split maul and split wood, but that's because I know I can't do it in one way with my arms, but I can with the other way.
Yeah,
This way it would hurt my back. This way it doesn't hurt my back.
sure.
You learn.
You learn, yeah. Well, that's one thing with my back injury, and they've just in the last 8 years, they've asked me a couple times, you want us to go in there and try to fix that? No, don't. Because now it's not a 40% chance of recovery. It's a 40% chance you won't walk again.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that shit. I won't. I'd rather manage the pain. But I was in our local Super One grocery store, and they got, by the checkout counters on the end caps, they got these bakery racks. They got all the bread on it, bread buns and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just the racks with the bread in it slid onto this rolling kind of cart thing. And it's tall. And I thought, oh, I need bread. And I'm standing there in line at the checkout, and I go, oh, I need bread. And I just turned around to go to that bread rack, which is only an arm's length behind me. I turn around, not even thinking, too fast, too much of a twist in the lower back. Boom, some of that calcium broke loose, pinched the nerves. And all of a sudden I dropped my basket that I'm carrying, and I'm nosediving into this big bread rack. And I grabbed one of the trays because I didn't want to bust my knees on the concrete floor. Oh, shit. Pulled that whole freaking bread rack right over the top of me. And there's bread laying all over. I'm laying on the floor doing this crappie flop, Oh, shit, legs aren't working. And every ass in town is running up. Do you need help? You need help? And I'm yelling at them all, don't touch me. Right, don't touch
me. F away. Don't touch me.
Back off. I'll be fine if you don't touch me.
Oh, my God. If they touch you, they kill you.
That's it. And it took me about 15 minutes, and I could tell when that pressure released in the back, where, okay, I'll be able to get back up now. But it was funny that these two young stock boys, they're picking up all these loaves of bread that are laying all around me, and they're putting them back on the rack. I thought, oh, shit. it doesn't matter that some old guy's been rolling around in that bread. You're just going to sell it all, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was nice because this guy and his girlfriend, young kids, that they go, oh, here, let us help you. And they took my basket, put my stuff back in it, got it up to the checkout, and her boyfriend, he goes, oh, your bread. And I said, be careful, that rack will attack you. It'll get you, man. He come back with the loaf of bread. The cashier's ringing it all up, and the manager's standing right there behind her like a little vulture, and he's going, are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're okay? And I kept telling him, I'm not going to sue your ass. Shut up. Leave me alone. I just want to go home. And they get it all rung up, and that young kid and his girlfriend, he reaches over with a credit card. He says, we're picking that up for him.
Oh.
Cool, man. They just bought $16 worth of groceries for me. That's pretty awesome.
Well, mine is the lowest, as low as you can go in the back without hitting your tailbone. That's the ones that's messed up in mine.
Oh,
and people don't understand. I'll say something about my back hurting, and I'll bend over, because when I bend over almost double, it takes the pressure off my spine. It doesn't hurt. And they don't understand that. They say, well, if your back's hurting so bad, why are you bending over? It feels better. Yeah, I can ride a bicycle, because when you ride a bicycle, you're bending over.
Yeah.
No.
It's that pressure. If you can get that pressure release, then the pain.
That's what I say. The hardest thing for me to do is to stand in the kitchen and cook, because I'm standing straight up the whole time.
Yeah.
And that makes my back hurt worse than anything.
Yeah.
That's crazy, because you're not really doing
Trail
anything.
Crash. Terry, good to see all of you. 21090, good to see you. Yeah,
I hope it never happens to any of y'all that don't have that problem.
Yeah, nothing related to the back. I tell you.
Yeah, I've been lucky in that. So I had an incident when I was 16 years old on Christmas, when I flipped an ATC and it landed on my back. And I went to chiropractor for, I don't know, about 6 months and whatnot. They had some adjustments, and it just got better. It didn't hinder me from going in the Marine Corps or anything else. So I've always, every now and then my back, it's been a while, been sore. I had my daughter Megan one time, had her walk on it for me to kind of crack it. That was a mistake. She actually put something out of whack, and I walked around sore for the next few days. Finally, I found somebody, and I was a little smaller then. I finally found someone that could pick me up and crack my back like that, and it put everything right back in line, and I was fine. I walked around for 3 days in pain when all I needed was it to be straightened out. But I guess having anything chronic like you guys, I mean, what little back pain I've got has been very limited. So
now, I used to go to a coyote. Well, first of all, look what E-Waste Mike said. I would would have rifled your pockets and let your old ass lay on the floor. Oh, maybe kick you once or twice. See, that's it. I mean, he's just your common looter, that guy. I mean, he's a common looter. At least he'd stop to show me he cared, right?
Right.
Yeah. I really care about the fact that I got someone to kick when they're down. That's cool. Yeah. But you know, I used to go to a chiropractor, and I quit going to the chiropractor. I started going to a physical therapist that specializes in spinal injuries. Now, the therapist was much better than the chiropractor was for me. The chiropractor, I told him, I said, now, I don't want you doing any realignment kind of stuff anywhere within 2 vertebrae either side of those injured vertebrae I have. And he goes, oh, so you're the doctor now? I said, no, I'm just telling you, I'm the patient, and I have the right to say, don't touch that. Oh, no, he went there, and I could hear the crack.
Oh God.
when he tried to adjust one of those vertebrae that are fused together with the calcium, I could hear that crack, and the nerve pain I got from that drove me absolutely insane. And I told him, I said, I'd never let you touch my ass again, you know. Well, I went to a different chiropractor, and I told them what happened at the first one. And they said, "Oh, that's cool. That you told us that." And at the time, I still had the X-rays of my back from the injury. Brought those in, said, "Take a look and see. I don't want you anywhere near that area." And all he did was just below my shoulder blades and up to the base of my skull. He worked that area, and I've got a bad disc in my neck up here, and I'll get pinched nerves, and my whole right arm screams at pain, and my head will tip to one side, and I can't lift it off. You know, yeah, I look pretty rough, and he was able to relieve that pain up there just by doing his realignment stuff. But that therapist, I found it seemed like a lot less impact. And then one thing I learned too is, and that's something a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't be doing that. That's so hard on your liver and your kidneys." I take a minimum. Well, and it really, that's all I take was 400 milligrams of ibuprofen every day, because the inflammation gets me all screwed up. Yeah, I got the swelling. Oh, that sweet kid.
Yeah, they're cute. I like them. They're cool. I want them. No, I don't want yours. I just want something like yours. They make them for people like me?
Think we should get Papa
They
some light
only
up
for
boots?
moms.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think we should get Papa some light up boots?
That's what you can get me for Christmas, some light up boots.
Oh, yeah.
Blue
Now
light
they're
up boots. Okay, you're getting.
Let's
blue
see.
light
Show
up.
them your boots. Come over here.
Let's see your boots.
Go back
Oh,
there.
look
Go
at
back there. Go right there. Do a little dance.
Yeah, look at them. Look at them light up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
they're pretty.
Hi, sweetie.
Nice. I like your boots.
Nice boots.
They light up because
Yeah.
Yes. They
Yeah.
light up and you can see in the dark.
Yeah. Little hard to sneak up on somebody.
you have.
Yeah, kitty cat.
You got a Kiki.
Hi, Kiki. You're so cute.
Say hi. Say hi, little girl. Hey.
Oh, her cat is named Kiki.
Yeah.
Bigfoot. Kitty's name's Bigfoot.
Oh,
Bigfoot.
his name's Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Funny name for a cat, huh?
All right, Pumpkin, we got to get going, sweetheart. Tell him bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Oh, she's adorable. Phil, you're a fortunate man.
It's hard to believe that came from Megan.
That, I say that with some of my grandkids too. I ask them, "Where did you come from?" I gotta make sure your mother's face isn't on a wanted poster somewhere, because I don't know where you came from. I'll keep you, but yeah, I just don't know where you
You don't need to be on YouTube.
Yeah, when I see the cute grandkids, I go, "Oh, thank God, the family line has a little bit of hope." You
That's
know?
right.
Yeah.
She's been here most of the day today. She got here about 12:30. Yeah, about 12:30 today.
Oh, wow.
Well, her mom works on Sundays, and when she gets there, her dad is getting off of the night shift, so it gives him some time to sleep and whatnot. We get to spend some time with her. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of spends a lot more time with her than I do, but we got to play kickball and foosball and stuff down in here in the basement for about an hour, just me and her. So
Yep. Oh yeah. Every one of those moments are priceless. You know. Yeah. Take them when you can.
we're gonna make her a foosball champion.
Yeah. There you go. I wish I was there. I played foosball with her 6 hours a day if she wanted.
Yeah.
God, that throws me back, man. Yeah.
She scored whether it went in my goal or her goal. I just think my goalie and my next two guys and flip them upright, and then I just let her. I try
Give her a handicap.
Try to make sure I get the ball to her so she can score every now and then.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the way she needs to start out, with a handicap. You betcha. When you mention that, it just drives it. Man, does that drive the old gears. Back in 1974, I came in second place to be in Minnesota's champion foosball player. Second place pissed me off. I should have gotten first place. I still say that I wanted to make sure that every man on my rods was properly lined up and tightened, and I still think I had one man that was cocked on that rod, and that was throwing my game off. But I told him, I said, you should let us inspect these tables before we play them, And they said, well, you do get to. You get to stand there and look at it and start playing. Oh, shut up. But yeah, I was so into foosball, it was insane. I was the bouncer at an arcade, and so I played foosball. I worked 8 hours as a bouncer at night, but I played foosball for 2-3 hours before I went to work and 2-3 hours after we closed. So yeah, foosball for 10-12 hours a day, 7 days a week. That was one nice thing too, is when you're a young guy and you quit high school and you're tough enough to take a bouncer's position, and they tell you you can play all the games you want. You play all the games you want. You got access keys, even the pinball machines. Open the door and go click, 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 click. Give myself 10 games to play. And to me, yeah, I was getting paid for it, but it wasn't a job. It was a blast. I mean, I loved it. Because we had riots in that place at times. It was a big arcade. We had a riot one night, and them damn kids, they started throwing pool balls at each other. To take each other out.
I'll take you out.
And we had this big old-fashioned phone booth that had a working payphone in it. And I ran for that phone booth because I couldn't stop them. And we had about 40 kids throwing. Well, we had 16 pool tables. And every ball is in the air flying, man. They're trashing the joint with pool balls. I'm in that phone booth, dial the cops, and I'm going, get them down here. The Lakeview is being raided again. Get down here. And they're going, how bad is it? And when they heard that glass door on that phone booth shatter, they go, they're on their way. They're on their way. They said, take cover. They're on their way. It got to the point where the cops would show up. You hear the sirens, and they'd show up. They'd open the front door, and they'd yell in, all of you kids, get out. And I'm like, no, get in here and chase them out. No, they ain't coming. And they wouldn't. They throw pool balls at the cops. Yeah, they were animals. They were animals. So riots, when I see the riots today, I'm going, oh my God, that's the Lakeview again. Oh, shit. I don't have to walk around with a nightstick. And that it was basically like a slapjack, but it was about 16 inches long, and it had 4 steelies that were drilled out and knotted on cables on the end. That you get that between the shoulder blades, yeah. Then you decide, oh yeah, I think I'll go home. Yeah, that was nuts. It was nuts, and it was a kids' arcade. I've been in bars that never got that bad.
Sam's over here. Sam.
Samantha, what are you doing over there?
What are you doing, Sam?
What are you doing over there, girl?
She's knocking on the window instead of coming in the door. What the hell?
Because in her intro that you made for her for December,
Yeah.
that clip of that song, that's one of the ones she gave me. You know, she gave me 10 of those different clips.
I only got 2.
I've got 10, and they're for my Christmas Day stream. I used them last year, and everybody had a blast. But I was working on that today. I'm marrying them all together to do like just a long montage of all of them. But when I saw that in your intro, right away after that stream, I went open that folder, and I'm going, I gotta watch those. And I watched all 10 of them about 3 times. I'm just laughing. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, those are funny.
Yeah, Canoe Hound. I asked him the same question. I haven't used Trail Trash's patch yet because really, I mean, come on, it's been years since I've stitched on patches. Phil should still remember what it is to sew on patches.
Dude, what? I think it goes 20. That's been 32 years ago. I sewed something on like that. I sew buttons and stuff on nowadays.
Yeah.
And I can half-ass sew some stuff, but to sew a patch on.
Oh, yeah. And to have it on good, decent. Right. Yeah. I used to be able to stitch patches on that would be nice, tight. You didn't see the thread ends, nothing, it was tight and clean. And now if I stitch a patch on, first thing I do is probably stitch that some bitch on so freaking crooked that I get it on there and go, yes, it's on. Put the shirt on and go, look at that son bitch, it's all half upside down. How did that happen? Yeah.
Are you hiding something behind that sheet, Granny?
Yeah. What's behind the sheet?
It looks like the body fell down a little bit.
That sucker quit standing up in the corner.
Get back up there.
Get back up. Stand up straight. Yeah. What's behind curtain number 2?
Junk. Wires and
yeah, see, that's good to know, Trail Trash. That's good to know. I'm thinking I want to get one burned onto the front of one of my hats because I held it up to a bunch of my camo hats, and your patch looks great in the middle of the front of a camo hat. And I got a nice new iron last year about this time. When I had those tapestries back here, the old lady here in the building that I had ironing them for me, I bring one to her and say, hey, can you iron this for me? Oh, you want me to iron another one of your sheets? I told her they're not sheets, they're tapestries.
That's right.
She said, oh yeah, the rest of the gals in the building get a kick out of the fact that I get to iron your sheets.
I bet she could straighten your sheets.
I'm afraid she wanted to wrinkle my sheets. So I decided, no, go buy an iron. For what I paid for the iron, it would have been what I paid to have 2 tapestries, 2 of my backdrops ironed. So yeah, it was worth buying the iron. I got to line up for my coffee or TV trays for an ironing board, but yeah.
No, I got to have an ironing board.
I got nowhere to keep one. Otherwise, I'd get one.
For a long time, I was using the corner of our breakfast bar, and I'd just throw a towel down there on the corner and do it that way. But no, it's you get the shoulders a lot better. You get the tops of the things on your dress shirts and whatnot so much better.
B lady.
Ironing board. Hey, B lady, how you doing?
hey, B lady.
It's great to see you, girl. You talk about, you use kitchen counter, the breakfast counter for ironing board. We had done that in one of our places, but I'll never forget. There was this old gal. I don't know why she wanted to babysit neighborhood kids all the time. because she was kind of a mean old bat, and my mother said, "Oh, you're going to go down to Gladys and she's going to babysit you tonight." And I go, "Oh, Jesus. Oh, God damn it." So she takes me down there, drops me out. They drop me off at Gladys, old Aunt Gladys, everybody called her. And I'm like, "Oh, this is pure hell. I don't want to be here." Well, here's Harold, the neighbor kid, buddy of mine. And I go, "Harold, what are you doing here?" He goes, "My mom and dad dropped me off. They said they're going out to dinner or something with your mom and dad." I said, "Oh, cool. Hey, they put us both in the same cell. That's awesome." And well, Harold and I were nothing but hell when we were together. Oh, God. They tried to keep us apart 99% of the time. Well, of course, we were clowning around, and Harold, the ass, we're sitting there. We each got these little bowls of ice cream that Gladdy gave us. I ate my ice cream and set the bowl down. I looked over at Harold, and he's scraping his bowl, and I go, "Aren't you done with that yet?" And he goes, "Look." And he did that number with the bowl. Well, the little bit of ice cream that was melted in the bottom of his bowl come flying out and hit me right in the face. I was off like a rock. "I'm going to pound the hell out of you, boy." And he takes off running. I forgot, but he did. I'm chasing her house. You come in the front foyer, and there's a big living room off to the left. Beyond that's a dining room with a big archway going into the dining room. Off to the right, you go into the kitchen. And then there was a fourth room, and there was archways through all those rooms. You could run around the whole base of her big old house inside there. Well, she didn't like us running, right? Piss her right off. But we were little guys, we weren't. I bet you we weren't 6, 7 years old at the time. I'm right hot on Harold's tail, and he comes zipping around into that kitchen, and I seen his arm come out, but I thought he was just grabbing on for balance. Oh no, he grabbed that little narrow door on the wall and flung that bitch open, and that goddamn ironing board come out of that wall and fucking clotheslined me. Almost took my freaking head off. God, I'm laying on the floor. I'm choking, and what the fuck? Old Aunt Gladdy comes over and she's kicking me with them pointy goddamn old lady shoes she's wearing. Get your butt off the floor. I told you boys not to run in the house. I'm dying here, you old bitch. And I thought, Harold did it. What are you kicking me with your pointy shoes for, you witch? I'll drop a frickin' house on you. Yeah. But it was one of them damn ironing boards that's mounted in the wall. And they come down, and it wasn't completely down, so it got me right under the chin and just clotheslined my ass. I went boom, landed on my back and looking up, and there's the board above me. But if it came all the way down, it would have hit me right in the rib cage because we weren't that big, But after that, I thought we rented this place, nice old big farmhouse, beautiful place, and we're looking the place over, and I saw this little door in the kitchen, and I go, I don't think we want to live here. My ex-wife goes, "What do you mean this beautiful house?" I said, "That right there." She goes, "What?" I said, "One of them fucking, now that some bitch is right crotch height if that sucker comes down. If I'm chasing somebody through the house, I don't want to get wrecked by that damn thing." And the realtor that was showing us the house opened the door, and I backed up. Like, "Here it comes." No, it was all shelves like a pantry. I just, oh shit, okay, we can rent this place. Yeah.
You never seen one of those? We had a regular old ironing. Why is it that every one of these metal ironing boards, when you undo them, it's always metal on metal? It's that scraping metal sound when you open them, and same creaking sound when you close them.
Put it back together. Yep. I haven't heard a quiet one yet. Yep.
You can't secretly iron. You can't get up, in the morning before everyone else and iron nothing without waking everybody else up.
And come to think of it, Phil, my mother had one that was actually made out of oak.
Mhm.
I mean, it was expensive in its day. And that's on bitch. When you open it up. Even the wooden one did that shit. Because we could hear it 6 o'clock in the frickin' morning on a school day. Opening up the goddamn ironing board. You remember the days of spray starch? Holy shit. My dad was the chief of police and he wore a white uniform shirt. And that son bitch, that sucker had to be as crispy as you could get it. I mean, your cornflakes were never that crispy. Every morning, you'd wake up, you hear her open up that damn ironing board, and you'd walk downstairs and you could smell Niagara way before you got downstairs. You could smell that shit in the air. She'd been spraying the hell out of his shirts. And you get down there and he's got his shirt standing up, leaning against the wall. They're so goddamn hard. My dad he'd come and get his shirt for the day and he'd look at it and he'd go, and he'd shake it, and the damn thing would almost sound like a piece of tin. And he'd go, "Oh, that's perfect, Betty. Thank you." And off he'd go. And God, those days are different.
That's the way our shirts were in the Marine Corps. When you had in your camouflage fatigues. Now, when you were out in the field, you didn't do that.
Right.
But every day, your stuff was clean and pressed. Even your fatigues, you stood in formation. You had creases on your pants. Yeah, everything was nice and ironed.
Yep, stiff and straight.
Yep.
Here she is.
Hey,
What's up, Samantha?
sorry, I was napping.
Oh, were you?
And
I thought only Granny did that.
No, I took a nap today and I slept in.
Yeah, I felt it yesterday.
I'm actually glad to hear that you guys are squeezing in a nap here and there. I mean, we're talking about the old days. Yeah, my mom would say, "Well, you wouldn't have done that if you didn't need it." You must have really needed that nap. I'm having trouble, believe it or not. Can you guys help me out if you see the chat? If somebody new comes in, can you give them a shout out? I'm having trouble actually seeing it, and that's because of my blood sugars right now. My vision is doing this number.
Well, we're taking care of the chat, so
The
Anne's still out there doing her thing. But we'll yell their name out. ZX24 me. What's that supposed to mean?
that's Now don't get critical at my.
I'm sorry. I got critical of poor James Bernard, and he changed his whole channel thing. So.
Oh yeah. I thought that was funny. Here you're apologizing to the guy for giving him some good constructive criticism. Come on.
Well, I was just being a bit of a smart aleck at the same time, but it was good.
Well, yeah, but look at the company we keep, right? That's what
he says.
Granny and Samantha.
What?
That's why we have Granny and Samantha up here to kind of hold us in a little.
What? He's living a pipe dream there. Do what?
What? What am I supposed to do?
Can you imagine how out of control we'd be, Phil, if these two weren't here? Oh my God!
Right?
Yeah.
Don't blame that on me.
I might. Geez, we get so out of control that I might get monetized on one of my streams. Yeah. Hey, you little shit! I can't believe that they monetized that stream last night.
Yeah,
So
that's
quick.
unbelievable.
I mean, I'll give it to him. What the hell? He's just Phil. Oh yeah, Sty had a stream without a single cuss in it. Demonetize his ass. We're trying to get that Sty out of our eye. Yeah, demonetize. Hey, Phil pushes this all the time. I only got one more. I need one more membership and I get another emoji. I only need 2.
You got it, guys. There you
I
go.
only need 2 new members and we get another emoji. The and with that, it's not as
Yeah,
if I don't have a
absolutely.
lot of members. I got 28 of them, and let's take a look at them right now. There we go. All those great members. Hey, members out there, keep your eyes open. The next day or 2, I'll be putting up a Wish You Merry Christmas thing for the members. So you should get notifications that, it'll be under the community tab. And now I do have the members only videos in their own playlist on my homepage. So if you members want to go see the videos that were just for you guys, they're over there. And I'm going to figure out a way to get a bunch more up there for you. There's only going to be a half dozen of them up there right now, but there'll be more to come. Yeah, we're digging out from 12 inches of snow here in New Hampshire. Oh, jeez. Don't want it. And I live in northern Wisconsin. Well, I should shut up, though. Damn it. I got a brand new pair of snowshoes 2 winters ago. And guess what? They're still brand new.
What kind?
Alps. They're Alps. Yeah.
ELPS?
Hey, like the mountain. Like the mountains.
Wow.
Alps. Yeah, they're sweet. They're really nice. I put them on. I didn't have good deep snow. I put them on, took about 6 or 8 steps and said, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for the next heavy snowfall. One never came. Well, and then last summer, of course, everybody knows I busted my ankle. So I couldn't snowshoe last winter. There was no way. I tried using a ankle brace and then lacing my boot up so damn tight that there's no blood circulation. And no, my ankle couldn't take it. So I got these brand new snowshoes and haven't been able to use them. So, and I got to get out. With my blood sugar problems, that's the best way to get those sugars down is to exercise. So, yeah, I need the snow so I can go snowshoeing. We'll see.
So, Samantha, did you post a collab with Go Fish Office today?
No, that's next Sunday. She was helping me with the cover page because it's like more of a track video, so I had to figure out how to get that on YouTube. She's helping me with that first. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Mommy?
Something else to look forward to.
Mommy?
You change your name?
Mommy.
Mommy.
Don't look at
Mommy,
me like that. It's not my
Mommy.
fault.
Yeah,
Mommy,
she's giving you the look, Phil.
mommy,
I didn't
mommy,
do it.
Mommy.
What?
mommy.
Oh, mommy. Mommy. I need a hug, mommy.
Mommy, come here.
Yeah. Well, I'm between you and her, mommy. So stop here first.
Mhm. I hear
You're
that.
welcome,
I tell no, you come here.
Yeah.
Kids asking me if we could bake a cake.
Oh. Well, yeah, it's only going on 6 o'clock there, right? You know,
Yeah,
what the
he's
heck?
always putting me to work somewhere or another.
Yeah,
That's
what
right.
the heck? Mom, it's only 6 o'clock. Whip up a cake.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy, Mom.
Well, that's just a random idea. We hadn't talked about it till now.
Talk about what? The cake?
Yes.
Well, that's not, with my kids being home nowadays, we'll come home from work and, they've made brownies there while we were at work, or they've made a cake while we're at work, or they've done it in the middle of the freaking night. I come up and woke up in the morning, and there are brownies up on the counter. There's still a dirty pan and dirty everything. Everything's dirty. They don't clean nothing.
They
Right.
just make
make
stuff.
it,
Yeah.
they put it out, they leave it in the pan, and they eat, half of it, and then the rest of it's, actually, I shouldn't say we are left to clean it up. My wife cleans it up. So,
Oh, I used to hate that. What the kids would have friends over for the night, and I'd go hide out in my office, and it was just right next to the bedroom. So I get done in the office at night. I just head to bed. Not walking through the house. No reason to. Oh no, them damn teenage kids downstairs half the night. I get up in the morning, go downstairs, get my coffee going. Oh yeah, there's 4 of the pizza cardboards with crust and shit all over the place. The whole counter's destroyed. 2 or 3 half bags of cheese laying on the counter, never put it back in the damn fridge. And there's a big ass garbage can right at the end of that counter. But it's everywhere. And I asked him, did you have fun last night? Oh, yeah, it was okay. What do you mean, okay? You didn't do anything except eat, watch TV, play video games. You had a blast. Don't tell me it was just okay, because you didn't clean up nothing. Jesus.
well, we would have, but the garbage can was full. Well, then take the garbage out.
Take the garbage.
I've heard that.
Exactly.
I've heard that. We would've, but
Exactly.
the garbage can was full. Son of a bitch.
It's like running water doing dishes.
You just don't do them well, and then you don't have to do them no more. That's how it works.
No, he stands in the kitchen, and an hour later, you go in there to see if he's got to be done. You go in there, and he's leaning against the counter, twiddling his thumbs. You go, what are you doing? Oh, I'm letting the dishes soak. For an hour? Are you freaking kidding? I bet you there's ice on top of that dishwater by now.
Yeah.
I mean, God almighty. Yeah. Yeah. Puberty pureness.
Oh, what I hate is when they wash the dishes and they don't scrape the plates off before they put it in the water.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
God.
floaties in the water. Well, bottom line is you practically have to get them clean before you put them in the hot soapy water.
It is so nasty. You reach down in the water and there's big gobs of crap in there. It's like, oh God, what are you doing?
And that's not clean water to be doing your stuff.
No.
My wife putting stuff in the dishwasher. She'll fill a sink full of soapy water, scrub everything in the soapy water to put it in the dishwasher. Now, of course, there might be chunks in that, but that's only because stuff's going into the dishwasher, not onto the dry. So
Right.
Well, the bad thing is we do have a garbage disposal.
we don't have
How
one.
hard is it to scrape the food off and
Oh,
run it through that and then wash the dishes?
Yeah.
See, now in my little place here, it's a fairly good size, but it's only a single basin sink. So I found a wash pan that fits my sink almost like it was custom built for it. And I wash my dishes in that dish pan. I lift that dish pan out, set it on the counter, and then I dump all of that crappy water out and I fill the sink with fresh water and put the dishes back in. Then I rinse my dishes off, put them in the dish rack. So I got extra steps because I only got one basin. And even my adult kids, they go, how do you get by? It takes a little effort. Oh, we don't want to have to put any effort in it. They're so bad. My ex-wife was notorious, boy. She was terrible. She'd start screaming, and I come running out of my office, run downstairs. This big frickin' Victorian house. It's like running across a football field to get to the kitchen. I come running in the kitchen. What's going on? And I go, oh my God, and the floor's all frickin' soaking wet. And she goes, I opened the dishwasher and it's all plugged up. It's pouring out the door.
God.
And I look in there and I go, scrape the damn plates before you put them in there. Shit, you wouldn't believe how many times there'd be a paper frickin' towel or a napkin that was stuck to a plate, stick it in the dishwasher. Oh yeah, that'll let everything run out. Bullshit. Oh, it would piss me off. That's why in my house it was, please don't do the dishes. Don't touch the laundry. Don't do nothing. I'll take care of that shit.
Right.
I work 14 hours a day, but I'll fit in the rest of the housework too. Just because you're not helping. You're not helping the situation. My ex-wife actually told somebody, the one thing I miss about Sty since the divorce is I have to do my own laundry, and I hate folding laundry because he would fold everything, put things on hangers for me and everything. I thought, I knew it. I knew she actually appreciated that shit. She never said it in 38 years, but I knew she appreciated me doing that. She waits until we're divorced 4 years before she says a word about it, you know. Oh yeah, I miss that. Why did you hide, Mike?
Just the comment. Just to fuck with him.
Oh yeah, he's being nice to you again. That's good.
Yeah, no, he's partially nice to me. I was being nice, really nice to him. He says good, and then tells me to, yeah.
The thing I hate worse is they'll take a greasy skillet, and instead of getting the grease out, they put it right in the freaking water.
Yeah.
And they do this before they wash the glasses and anything made of glass. I'm like, what
yeah, and then
doing?
there ain't nothing worse than like bacon grease, and then you think you're going to throw some Tupperware in that same water.
Oh God!
Don't put anything plastic in there with that grease in there. You're never getting it off. Now you got to run fresh, super hot water and twice as much dish soap to get the grease off all of your Tupperware.
Right, and it's not like you've told them a million times how to do it properly.
That's it. Hey, Sterling.
Hey, Sterling.
Yeah, that's the worst part is you just think, oh my God, how many times have I repeated this? How many times? And, you know, that's just the way it is. It's one of those where, just get out of here. Go get away. I'll do it. You know, because you want it done right. So you just go away. I didn't mind the kids being messy and the like in the kitchen when I include them on a cooking project or something, you know. Let's like Christmas at our place. God, I baked and oh shit, so damn many cookies and sweetbreads and shit. Our kitchen for 2 weeks was just like a commercial kitchen. And those kids would come in there, oh wow, Dad's doing the Christmas thing, you know, and I get to cut the cookies, I get to decorate the cookies, and I'm going, yeah, you kids go ahead, have a good time, and I get the fucking clean up, son of a bitch. Yeah. But if the kids are having good, clean fun, then it's not so bad. Yeah. The Mike. Mike. I'll tell you what. Sometimes I wonder if he's mouthier when I have him on panel or off panel. You know, I get yeah.
His balls get a little bit bigger when he's in the chat.
Yeah. 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 Mike, how can you get on? How are you even able to squeeze into the chat? You're using up 180 of the characters of the 200 characters allowed. Just get your big balls in here. Yeah. Oh, I would love some. If somebody make them for me, I'd love some eggs fried over easy and a lot of bacon grease right now. Oh God, damn, that'd be good.
Hush up, Sty now.
You know, I don't know. I not being able to eat. I thought I was going to just die from this shit, but I've done good. I managed pretty good. I can sit. The one thing I'm allowed to do is I can nibble on the cashews. Of course, I got a small container. You know?
Yeah, small.
My doctor did say, you just keep eating all the cashews you want. She says, they are good for you. Just keep doing it. And I said, well, what about carbs? I'm worried about carbs. I looked, holy shit, no. A big handful of them is only 8 grams of carbs. That's like nothing. So I can nibble on those, and that's all I do is just nibble. But it keeps the hangries away, you know? And yeah, I watched a movie last night and sat there eating my cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots, you know, and I'd grab a carrot and I'd go barbecue chip. Oh yeah, that's a good barbecue chip. Oh shit, cheese popcorn. And I'm grabbing the cauliflower. Cheese popcorn. Oh god damn, that's good. Broccoli. I tried to think it was caramel corn, but it just wasn't working.
Can you use that Mrs. Dash?
That I can use, yeah.
Because they got
I do. I've got a lot of it. I got, you know, those little individual packets. I got a case of those. I mean, case. It's got 500 packets in it.
Wow.
Yeah, because I use them out camping all the time.
Yeah, because they got the Southwest flavor now.
Yep.
And the spicy flavors and
yep. I gotta order some of those. The Dr. Smith, yeah, that's a bummer. I mean, a friend of mine has just had a bunch of teeth removed, and they have never in their life eaten a cashew. And he says, I keep calling my dentist and saying, when can I get the new teeth put in? He says, Sty's got me convinced I got to try cashews. And
cashews are some of the softer nuts, though.
They are.
Not like almonds or peanuts. They are kind of
right.
soft. Not soft, but they're softer.
They are easier to chew.
Right.
Which, in a sense, for me is a problem because I just maw them down. You know, they chew up so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Pirate. Yeah, my blood sugars today are sinful. I woke up 425 this morning, and before I started the stream, and I haven't eaten all day. All I've done is drink coffee without any sweetener in it. Now I have zero sweetener and a little bit of cream in it because the cream doesn't have any carbs. And my blood sugars at the start of the stream were 286. So it came down, a bit, 140 points or so. 425. Yeah, holy smokes. My doctor said if I go over 425, she wants me to zip on over to the emergency room and insist that they give me give me about 30 units of insulin just to knock it down. But you know what they charge me for that 30 units? Because I'm using the emergency room, they charge me for the emergency room, which is $85 just because I walked in the door and had them register me. That's $85. Then they charge you $30 to administer the shot. And then they charge me $65 for the insulin. And that's one dose. And I'm supposed to be doing my insulin at least twice a day. Can you imagine if I had to spend $120 a day just on insulin? Holy Jesus. Them poor dumb morons. Well, I know it don't cost them that much. I mean, so no, I was telling Granny too, I've got that one insulin pen. And if I exceed 425, I'm going to break it open. Once I break it open, it's only good for 28 days. And if I break it open, I'm going to just go ahead and use it twice a day. But at the number of units I'm going to have to take, that pen won't, it'll last me maybe 6 days is all. So that's kind of like a 6-day reprieve, you know. Why go there? I'm going to wait and see if AstraZeneca is going to do what they hopefully can do, and that's they'll provide me with do you have pills or shots you can use? Oh yeah, I take metformin, the max metformin you can take without killing yourself, and then glyburide, and I'm supposed to be at my current level of blood sugars. I should be using about 40 to 60 units of insulin a day, and I'm not buying that shit. It's $600. Well, if I'm at 40 units, it runs me about $900 a month. It between $600 and $900 a month for my insulin. So they can kiss that idea goodbye. There's no way in hell I'm spending almost $1,000 a month. In a hospital, $16 for 2 aspirins. I'm on the meds, and it's that high because I'm not on insulin right now. If I was on insulin, I'd be saying, oh, I got up this morning, it was 180. Yeah. And if I didn't eat all day, by the time this stream would have come along, I would have been sitting here chowing down because it would have been down around 45. Yeah. But insulin is great. It's just like my CPAP machine. It makes you feel great. But my CPAP machine cost me about $20 a month to keep it supplied with things. So that's a whole different story compared to insulin,
Yeah. Well, most people don't realize too that you need a special kind of insulin. Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla says it shouldn't cost that much. You explained in one of the streams or a couple of streams now the type of insulin that you have to have because the other stuff doesn't help you. Or so.
See, I can't use human insulin like at Walmart. I can go and I can get vials of insulin, and then I'd have to buy the syringes separately. But I can get vials of insulin for $25 a piece. Only problem is the kind of insulin that is would kill me. I'd better off with high blood sugar that's consistent than I would be trying to use that insulin. That insulin would most likely throw me into such a low that I go into a diabetic coma and die. So, and people don't understand. They think insulin is insulin is insulin is insulin. There's about 5 different types of insulin that exist in the world.
They're not all the same.
And they're not all the same. And it all depends on the person and the condition they have.
Right.
See, I have a system that's insulin intolerant. sugars. I put sugars in my system. The insulin that I naturally produce, my pancreas naturally produces, looks at that sugar and goes, "Hi." It doesn't attach itself to it like it's supposed to. It just goes, "Oh, look at the sugar go by. Oh, bye."
Hey, Brian Kilpatrick, welcome.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi,
I'm
hi.
lactose intolerant. I'm only lactose intolerant myself, Ryan, when it comes to buttermilk. It must have too much lactose in it.
Oh.
I had to throw that thing of buttermilk I had down here in the basement away. It was best sell by like the middle of November, but the milk container I had it in had expanded.
Oh, it grew?
And it sprung a little leak in the bottom. Luckily, when it laid on its side, it was no problem. But when it went straight up, it was like, oh, well, I had to throw that out. So, yeah, I had to get rid of that old buttermilk.
Well, that's why you got to go in there about every third day and you pop the cap, let the air out, put the cap back on.
I don't think about that.
You don't think about buttermilk unless we bring it up.
I sometimes have it here, but I don't know. See, I make a mistake, and that is every now and then I will buy some, and then I tell some lady who shall remain nameless from Norway, and then she's like, "Oh, you need to have some buttermilk." During my live stream, it's like,
just drop it. That's one thing I miss because out of milk products, actually, buttermilk's got the highest carb level. It's sweeter. It's sweeter than most other milks, but milk is good. Yeah, because you're getting a lot of protein from it, and you're getting good fats from it. And actually, if I'm drinking like 2% or even whole milk, if I don't guzzle it down, it actually helps balance blood sugars. It doesn't reduce them much, but it does. Yeah. Doctors a few times in my life when I broke my wrist.
Dr. Smith, no buttermilk for me. I like buttermilk everything. Buttermilk pancakes, buttermilk biscuits, buttermilk this, buttermilk in a glass. I don't like.
That's being polite, Phil.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
And what he really means to say is, keep that shit away from me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know how a glass will get if it's got a little bit of milk in it and it sat out overnight and it dried out in the glass, how hard it is to wash that out of there. Buttermilk, it's the whole freaking glass, man. You want to rinse and wash that son of a bitch per use. Once you're done with it, go in there and wash that glass. Because that shit sets up in there. It's like plaster of Paris, I'm telling you. Yeah. That's why I usually drink my buttermilk out of a throwaway Solo cup or right out of the carton. Yeah, I don't like having glasses with buttermilk set up in them.
Well, listen, Sty, it is past 2 hours for me. I got to get some sleep tonight.
Totally.
You know how I am. I won't go right to bed from here, but
totally
I got to get some sleep tonight. So,
yep, understand it.
All right, guys. It is good to see everyone. Sam, Granny, Sty, everyone in the chat. It's been fun tonight. Tomorrow night we'll do a live stream right around 9:15, and we'll unveil Get Her Done Granny's new intro.
Yep. Everybody better be over there tomorrow night.
So, we'll see you tomorrow night, guys. Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy.
You too. Keep it spicy. Yeah. Poor Phil. Got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah, I remember those days, and I don't envy him a bit.
No.
Nope.
No.
Me neither.
Yeah. Work is an evil necessity, but
Yep.
yeah, I always told everybody, I preached it for years. Just don't go into a line of work that you're not going to like. You got to like your work to get through it. And what did I do for 27 years, almost 27 years? Flew a desk. Oh, I hated it with a passion. That I liked parts of my job, but just the idea, I'm stuck indoors. I'm sitting at a desk. I'm crunching numbers. So going to work was always a chore. I
Yep.
was always like, oh my God, I got to drag my ass out of bed and I got to go to work. And I always preach, don't take a job where you regret having to get up in the morning. And I was doing the same damn thing.
I always hated getting up early, and now I get up earlier than I did when I worked. What the hell?
Yeah, that ain't that it?
Yeah, that's so weird. how it happened.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have to, and here I am getting up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, now out at camp last summer, it's hard to admit, but I had one night out at camp, that 2-week long camp. I had one night that I had 11 and a quarter hours of sleep. I went to frickin' bed, didn't get up for 11 and a quarter hours. Boy, did I have to visit the restroom when I woke up. Usually I'm up 2-3 times a night and I only sleep 6 hours. And I slept 11 and a quarter straight. I go out to camp and I never got less than 8 hours a single night in 2 weeks. It was between 8 and 10 hours every night. And the I can't right offhand be lady because I don't have it right here. I don't have it right beside me. Oh heck. Oop, ow. Hang tight, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, Sam, it's time to party.
No.
We got to be naughty when he's not around.
I know. This one for this cat, I'd be dancing right now.
I got one here too.
I know. They like to camp out on our laps for some reason.
I tell you what, though, it's cold out here and the cat's warm. That's a good thing.
I know. They're like little heaters.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay, I'm supposed to be on 2 different ones, but they took me off the Nova log, which was long lasting. I would take 1 shot of Nova log at night at the same time every night. It lasts 24 hours. But for my single use per meal insulin, it's Lantus. I don't know. No, you're not going to see it because of the green screen. But
Maybe put your hand behind it.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
no,
Oh, crikey.
but
You done?
yeah, it's
Wanna go?
there's 100 units in this pen, so I could 20 units a day. I could use it for 5 days. I should be doing 40 units a day. Well, that gives me 2.5 days. So actually, I thought I'd get 6 days out of this, but no, I don't. I'll only get 5 out of it once I open it. The minute I put a pen needle on the end of this pen, I got 28 days to use it up. Yeah, this pen, I've had this pen for a little over a year, and its expiration date is September 1st of 2021.
Wow.
And I've already had this for over a year. So
Oh, wow.
they last for a long time as long as you keep it refrigerated.
Yeah.
But once you open it, you don't have to refrigerate it anymore, which is nice because when I use the vials of insulin, you keep those vials in the refrigerator 24/7. You can't let those get warm. They'll go bad. Well, so you go to the fridge, you take your vial out, you stick your syringe in it, you draw in 20 to 40 units, whatever you got to take. You poke that in you and squeeze that cold shit in your body once. I mean, that hurts like a devil.
Yeah.
So you pull that vial out of the fridge, put it between your legs. And about the time it takes me to have a smoke, it warms it up just enough that it doesn't hurt like the devil when you inject it. That's why I like these pens so well, because they're room temperature. So when you inject it, you don't feel it so much, you know. I was really surprised. I've used this meter. It's a one-touch meter. I've used this meter for years. I replace them about once every 2 years, and the problem is the test strips for it. You get 2 vials of 25 strips, right? And my prescription price for that at the pharmacy is $52 for 50 strips. Okay, so that's 25 days if I'm using 2 strips a day, which that's the minimum. I went to Walmart and I bought myself a Rely-On meter. I bought myself the lancets for poking my fingers. I bought myself 50 test strips, plus the meter came with 50 test strips. All of this together, it was $20, $30, $37. All of this stuff came to less than 25 days worth of test strips for the other group. So, you know, I really didn't want to spend the money, but this works out for me because now I can get 50 test strips for $9 versus 50 test strips for $52. So, you know, there are alternatives, you know, to a point. There's alternatives. I wish they would do that with the actual medication, with the insulin, say, oh, yeah, well, you can buy the name brand or you can get this generic one, you know. Oh, good night, butthead. Beavis. Hey, Mike, you take care of yourself, buddy.
Good night, Mike. Yep, definitely take care.
My insurance doesn't kick in
Night, Mike.
for a year and 3 months. I got 15 months left before I will be insured. I love it, Sam. I love it.
Son goes, put this on, please, please, and he wouldn't get out until I did. So.
There you go. Well, he just wants you to stand out, you know.
Little turd.
And the minute I saw those on your head, I'm going, yeah, doggone it. Guess what I ordered today? A new set of beard lights for Christmas Day, because last year's, I never even thought about it. When you pull those little power strips out, oh yeah, the battery's going to be dead 12 months from now, you know. So yeah, all the batteries were dead in them, and they take these tiny, tiny little hearing aid batteries. And I thought, oh, I'll just buy some of those. I looked online for that exact battery. Holy God, I could have bought 5 beard light sets for the price of just the batteries. So I reordered a set, and they better be here before Christmas. I can't go through Christmas Day without my beard lit up.
I love those things. They're so fun, festive.
That's just goofy, and you know. And when you're an I don't give a shit kind of person, you know, it's fun to do that shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I did do.
Knew of the beard lights until I came on one of your streams. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The little does anybody know, I probably would have done a members only video about it last Christmas if I would have had memberships back then. But little does anybody know, after that 12-hour stream last Christmas Day, I get done and I'm going, oh God, what a long day. And what do I do? I'm not seeing myself anymore because I shut the stream down. I'm gone. I've just got YouTube up, but not me. What do? I whip out my beard comb and I go, holy shit, does that hurt? Because my beard was full of those little lights with clips all over my beard, and I ran this big ass comb right through there and got about 6 of them, and it felt like it was ripping my whole face off. I thought, oh yeah, Merry Christmas. Holy God. That's not how you're supposed to remove beard lights. No.
So I'm going to have to go back and listen to the actual Sty story because I missed it today. Darn it.
Or did you?
Yeah, I was sleeping.
It's a Sty story about me falling on my butt again. It's where actually, I think about it. If I would have had a GoPro on my hat for that could have been interesting, because there was about an hour and a half or so that I was knocked out, and at least maybe a bear came up and sniffed my nose or something while I was laying there. I don't know. But I'm just the kind of person where life's going to have its way with us, and we just don't know which way it's going to have, And
Yeah.
at the time of the incident that you might be going through, it's not pleasant. But after the fact, if you don't look back and laugh at it and say, damn it, I got away with it, I made it, I got through. If you can't do that, it makes your life tougher because you're holding all that in. You're just like, oh yeah, that was so bad. That was such a bad incident. No, I like to look back at some of the things life has done and just, laugh in its face. Say, haha, I made it. You sucker. Tried to get rid of me, didn't you?
Yeah. They tried.
Hey. It's good
See ya, bee lady.
it was great to see you, bee lady. You
Night,
have
bee
a
lady.
very good night. Yes. We're all doing our best to take care. That's the best we can do, is just try to take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look back over the years, and all the tragedies in the world, and I have to stop and tell myself, well, yeah, those are stories of the past. That's not happening right now to me. It's done and gone. I got beyond it. I lived beyond it. I made it through. It was a terrible thing, but today, does that terrible thing dictate how I'm going to feel or how I'm going to go through the rest of my life? No, I got to fight to not let that come to the front. And no, I already experienced that. I can talk about it without having to go through it again, and yeah, it's important. It's important for us to take control and say, F you, I'm going to be happy. Piss on you, I don't care. You sound like you're just mean as hell. Get the fuck away from me, I'm being happy. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I talking to my youngest son this afternoon. He goes, I think I'm going to go down to my sister's for Christmas. I said, you're a damn fool. He goes, now wait a minute. I'm supposed to ask you if you're willing to come with. I said, I'm not going to answer that. He goes, what? I said, I'm not answering it. And he goes, why? And I says, because the minute I answer it, then I'm going to have to ask you to lie for me. Because you know the answer. I ain't going down there. Because I don't want to be there. It's crazy. It's insane. I'm not going there, not doing it. But that would mean he'd have to go down there and tell them, oh, no, he feels so bad that he couldn't be here. He's just not feeling well right now. And, you'd have to lie for me, because if you told them the truth, they'd say, that rotten old fart, I mean,
don't want to go.
It's to my oldest girl's house, and I love each and every one of them equally. That I do anything to come to their aid. If they really need it, I'd be there. Just for the fun of it, that doesn't exist. I mean,
I understand.
I mean, God Almighty, she's got 10 of her own kids, and 2 of her kids each have a kid. And it's like, and every one of them think there's something else. And every one of them got their own personal views. Every one of them got their own political views. And you put it all into one freaking living room on a Christmas once. Oh my God.
And you quit getting excited over grandbabies years ago.
Yeah, I give it up. I give it up.
That first 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even, but
yeah,
after a while it's like, another one.
Yeah. Sounds like my family.
My daughter, she says, you not coming to see the grandkids very often makes us wonder if you truly appreciate them. I said, you know what? You should have created a great grandchild for me. And she goes, how can I do that? I said, I don't know. But I said, I could have skipped all the rest of the grandkids and gone right to the great ones. I said, because the first 10 weren't that great. Little monsters. I can grab any one of my, what is it now? It's 15 or 16 grandkids I got. I can grab any one of them and spend a whole day with them and enjoy every single minute. I grab any 2 of them and it's a stressful day. I grab 3 or more of them and it's pure hell. It's pure hell. They cannot be together. I got to take them one at a time. And I told her, I said, imagine that if I lived close by. 15 grandkids, for God's sakes. I'd have to have a grandkid every other day of the week.
Yeah.
And then in between that, I'd have to squeeze in the 2 great grandkids. Ain't happening. No.
And if you buy one for one, you have to buy it for all of them or they all get jealous.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, Jesus, God. We're on a fixed income here now. Come on.
I can remember back when I'd show up at the house and the grandkids would come running up, Grandpa, and I'd reach in my pocket, peel off a $20 bill, give it to each of them. Hey, have fun. Make your mom take you to the toy store. Now I go down there and I peel off $5 for each one of them, and then I realize, fuck, I'm eating bologna sandwiches and soup the rest of the month.
Yeah.
I just wiped out my grocery budget by giving each kid $5. And they get a $5 bill and they go, "What's this, Grandpa? Why are you getting cheap on us?"
You stingy old bastard.
"Yeah, you stingy old fart. You used to give us $20 bills. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 5 right in the chops. You little bastard. You got a little shit." 3 Christmases ago, I bought that whole family, all the kids. I got them Dollar Tree gift cards. And I wrote right on the back of the card, $1. And then in their Christmas cards, I put in there, "Sorry, it looks awful cheap, but Grandpa's struggling right now." Well, then my daughter takes her tribe of 10 to the dollar store, right? They're all in there looking around, what the hell can I get for $1? Well, anything, everything's $1. Just get, one thing, just grab it. They get up to the checkout. She said, "Oh, you should have been there." She said it was hilarious. She said the first 2 kids get up there and they get their $1 items, and she said they had bought, I can't remember, what it was, candy or something, and there was no tax on it. It's like the 3rd kid gets up there and they had a toy or something for $1. They ring it up and they swipe their gift card, and the cashier says, "It's $1.06." The kid, "Oh, I don't have 6 cents. I don't." And the cashier goes, "You don't need 6 cents." She looks and she goes, "Well, you've got $8.94 left on that card." My daughter said it went through the family like wildfire. "They're $10 gift cards. They're not $1. It's $10." She said, "I didn't get out of that store for about 3 hours." She says, "You got 10 kids. That's 100 items. They're all running all over the damn store. Oh, shit, look at what we can get now." Yeah. Last year, though, I was surprised. I only had 1 grandkid that said, "Oh, you went and got cheap on us, Grandpa." Because I quit giving to my family for Christmas. I told them, I said, "Your only Christmas gift is me. Come and see me. If you want to spend time with me, come and see me. I'm here. But otherwise, I put my resources to helping families I know aren't going to have anything." I mean, God almighty, my kids and their kids, they do very well for themselves. I mean, they do not do without, period. And for me to think that there's some kids out there that do, I am so happy this year. I only found that out just about a month ago, that I had already prepaid for 2 families, provide their whole Christmas like I did for the 4 families last year. I just didn't want to go through any fundraiser kind of stuff or anything this year. So I hosted 2 families. And then I got notified by the folks that do all the shopping and provide the stuff to the families. They got a hold of me. They said, "Hey, guess what? Because of what you did last year, we had someone step up and they're paying for 2 families so that you're actually hosting 4 for the price of 2."
Wow.
And I said, "Cool. Back to 4. We're back to 4 families going to be covered for Christmas." And it's all covered. I don't even have to think about it. I mean, I could end up flat ass broke between now and Christmas, and I don't even have to worry about it. 4 families are going to have an awesome Christmas. Hey, Michael, I was surprised because they don't reveal to the families who hosted their family. And that's the only reason I went that route with them, is they don't need to know it was me. But they do go back and do a follow-up and ask the family certain questions about, how did you like it? Did you like the things that we did and stuff? And all 4 of those families, it was awesome. And the one family the the way it was set up is each parent, whether it be a single parent or two-parent household, each parent got a gift, and then their kids all got gifts that were age appropriate and gender appropriate, blah blah blah. Well, the one family, they had the cheapest damn cell phone you could buy. They couldn't get on the internet with it or nothing. And this guy was looking for work so hard. He had just lost his job about 4 months earlier. And at the worst time of the year, he was in the construction business. And his company, the company he worked for, shut down. And nobody was hiring in November. So he didn't know what they were going to do. And he just had to pay the bills, and there's no way he could cover Christmas, you know. And he had made the comment to them, if I only had access to the internet and I had a laptop or something, just a cheap old laptop or something, so I can do job searches, he said that would be so great. Well, I talked to a company here in town. It's a computer tech store. And I talked to them. Sure enough, they got a brand new HP laptop, brand spanking new.
Nice.
And they only charged us $200 for it. And I priced the damn thing, and it's $700.
Wow.
They only charged us $200. And what did they do? They kicked in at no charge 6 months of Spectrum internet access. So they said when we did our follow-up, they said we had to follow up on that family twice, because he said with that laptop and the internet access, he says, I canvassed everywhere to get a job. He says, I think it'll help me. I think it'll work out. So they went and did a follow-up a month later. That would have been in February. He had himself a job that was paying him $26.50 an hour.
Great.
Yep. And he was flat broke. He was flat broke from about August of 2019 all the way up until February when he got that job. I mean, he had barely enough income coming in the house to keep the house. And then lo and behold, that $400 investment that I made got that guy a job that's going to feed his family, keep him housed. Yeah. And the guy is thrilled. And the latest I heard about him, that was quite a few months ago, but he's with the same company and they don't have any plans of getting rid of him. And he loves his job. I said, that's good. That's good. That's all I want to hear. Helped him out. Doesn't matter how it helps them out, just the fact it does, you know.
Yep, and they're willing to help themselves. That's great.
Yeah. And that was the nice thing too, is all four of those the one, just a single mother with 3 kids, and she's working full time.
Yeah.
And barely making it. Oh God, she was barely making it. And and she said her kids never had better Christmas. And because the way it was for her is she was like me and Sam, that tree, the little trees. She said that's all she had that they could look forward to for Christmas, and then maybe Christmas dinner. But she said, we're skipping the gift thing this year. Well, lo and behold, they showed up at her doorstep.
I like my little tree. It's easy to put up and take down, and it's low maintenance.
Yeah.
No pine needles. Yeah,
I don't have a single Christmas thing out yet. The only Christmas thing I got out, oh Christ, and it's way across the room, is my Sty Santa hat. Otherwise, all my Christmas stuff is still sitting in 2 boxes, and it's like, Yeah, I'll get around to it. You know, nobody's going to see it this year anyway.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to have anybody at the house, and I'll decorate the living room wall here and over by the kitchen, and I'm the only one that sees that shit. Ho ho ho! I'll watch a Christmas special instead. I'll put
You can
something
leave
back here in the corner or something. Maybe I'll wrap garland around my mic boom or something. But ho
Good
ho
night,
ho!
Ann.
Night. Love you. Take care of yourself, girl. I hope your migraines settle down. The damn migraines.
I hate those shits.
That's God. When I got that little touch was a month or so ago. I had that couple of days. Migraine hit me, and I hadn't had one in years. I thought, oh no. It was enough to just beef up the sympathy for anybody that deals with them on a regular basis. Nothing else like those. That's one of those conditions that it's really hard to explain to people what you go through. It's one of those you had to be there.
Yep. I'd rather have my back pain than have migraines again.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of bumps and bruises over the years, but yeah, I'll skip the migraines any day.
Yep.
I had, what was that? I think it was 1996. I had a mini stroke. It was a blood clot in my brain. And worst frickin' time in the world, right? I come home from work. It was a bad day, it was a real stressful day. And I had this nasty board meeting I sat through, a lot of bad stuff going on. And I got home and I thought, oh, thank God I'm home. Oh, I can just relax and rest. And I told the ex-wife and the kids, don't bother me. I'm going to go in and take a shower. I'm going to throw my pajama pants on, and I'm going to kick back in the living room, watch some TV, and relax. I get in the bathroom, get in the shower, turn the shower on, and I'm going, oh, God, does this feel good? And if there is a feeling that goes with it, I know what it is to get shot in the head.
Oh.
It hit me so freaking hard. I literally, it was like, it's like you taped a migraine headache to the end of a spear and then stuck it right in the back of somebody's head. And the whole migraine, like it could be a 12-hour migraine incident, all compacted into one strike. It literally, all of a sudden, all I saw were stars, literally just stars. The pain was so intense, and I crashed in that bathtub. I just crashed, and the ex-wife, says, "Oh my God, call the ambulance!" And by the time EMTs got there, I was already out of the bathroom, and I had my pajamas on, a kicking back t-shirt, pajama pants, and I'm going, I don't know what the hell that was, but it wasn't good. And then they started looking at my eyes, and they're going, your pupils are fixed. Yeah, there's something going on here. You should not be sitting in your living room smoking and drinking coffee. You should be at the hospital right now. Yeah, they run me to the hospital, and then they said, yeah, you had a very mild stroke. I said, it didn't feel mild to me. I said, that's all bitch hurt like hell.
That's mild. I don't know what the others are like.
Yeah, and they said, well, you're lucky, no paralysis or anything of that sort. So, and of course, throw me on blood thinners for quite a while to make sure that didn't happen again. But that kind of any kind of in the noggin brain like pain like that. Oh my God, no! I can suffer other kinds of pain. Hey Bradley, yeah, where the hell is everyone? Well, Anne, she needed to call it a night. She's suffering from migraines, and Spicy's got to work tomorrow. He's got a long work day tomorrow, so he had to cut out. Yeah, a few folks had to cut out. Totally understandable on a Sunday night. Not everybody can be retired like me, you know, where it doesn't much matter. We're gonna run this one out to 3 hours tonight, and then I'll wrap it up at that. Hey Joe, a friend of mine gave me some ghost pepper spice. I put some on tacos I made tonight. Plus, I added a habanero. Woo-hoo! Jesus! Will you know better next time? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, Bradley. Yeah, isn't that fun? You get all excited. I'm gonna put this on there and that on there and that on there, and then you go, oh my God, yeah, I might be able to get it eaten. I've had a couple of burritos where I just like, ooh, am I getting to the end of it yet? Ooh. Yeah, there ain't enough sour cream in the house. Ooh. Yeah, sure look good though. That was one thing my doctor told me too. Until I get my blood sugars under control, she said, "You stay away from pasta." She says, "I know you." She says, "You can't help but take 4 times as much as you should." And I said, "Well, how much should I take?" And she goes, "If you have, say, mac and cheese, if you cup your hand like that, if it fills your hand, that's way more than enough. That's all you get."
Dang.
And I go, oh, geez. What about salsa? I said, good peppery, good spicy salsa. And she goes, actually, she says, you can eat pretty much all the salsa you want, but don't add the chips. And I go, oh, no, don't worry about it. She goes, so you're going to sit there with a spoon and eat salsa? I said, no, I'm going to dump a whole jar on top of that little bit of mac and cheese you're giving me.
There you go.
I got to turn it into something. I'll heat that shit up and melt some cheddar cheese over the top of it. Yeah. Hey, Saucy Shane, you made it back. Great to see you, buddy.
Welcome back, Saucy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much Velveeta cheese. I haven't asked her. I can read the box and see how many carbs it's going to give me. That's a real chore right now. I'm trying not to even think about how creative I can be to create a diet that won't kill me. So I'm just going to live with cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots until I get the right mindset to sit down and kind of come up with a menu I can eat. The one thing I can eat all I want of is what we call fats up here in northern Wisconsin. The commercial fishermen, we call them fats. Salmon and trout. Oh yeah. Any cold water fish, deep water fish. I can eat all I want. I could sit here with 5 pounds of salmon and eat it. I can't eat 5 pounds of salmon that's smothered in tartar sauce or something like that, but I can eat the salmon. So I started thinking, smoked salmon, so I told my doctor, I said, that's cool. I'll go with the smoked salmon. She goes, no, you won't. That's sugar cured. You can't have that. No smoked salmon. Ah, shit. Yeah, Bradley, That's the way I feel too. I know I'm going to lose a lot of weight doing this because I gotta eat like a pig. I mean, I never go over 220 pounds and I never drop below 200. It's right in that range all the time. When they weighed me at the clinic the other day, they go, "Whoa, you lost 6 pounds since you saw us last." I go, "Really?" I said, "You wait till you see what I weigh next time I see you with eating nothing but vegetables." But jeez, maybe I'll get down to my all-time low as an adult, 165. Holy shit. I don't want to do that because I can't afford all the new clothes I need. Yeah. Samantha's making it Christmassy for us
Yeah.
with her headlights. She said, "Hey, don't take that wrong, Granny." Oh my gosh! When I said headlights, I meant these up here.
Open mouth insert foot.
Not intentionally. Sam looks
That
great.
sounds
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that's terrible, ain't it? Oh, Sam looks great in those headlights. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
God,
No.
I tell you what.
Ooh. This thing is freaking a pest, though.
It's a pest.
It's hard to find the blinker.
Oh, my headlights can be such a pest. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, God. I walk myself into traps like that all the time. I can't.
I do too. No worries.
Yeah. The best part of it is when I get caught like that, I can at least later go, well, I didn't think of it that way. And that's a good sign. That means, yeah, my mind hasn't gotten that deep in the gutter, I guess, that I'm thinking of it that way and then saying it, you know. Yeah, intent really matters in certain things.
I think it went out.
Yeah. I didn't know what that meant. I was real naive about things like that for a long time. And there was this girl, she was, inclined to, she liked girls. And I was at work one day and she come through and she looked at me and says, "Your headlights are on." I'm like, "What?" I said, "No, my headlights ain't on. I turned them off before I got out of the car." And then later somebody told me what she meant. And I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ."
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, hell. What was she doing looking at my headlights?
That's crazy.
Oh, God.
Fun time.
What a time to have to learn something new, you know?
I know, right?
That's well,
Everybody's laughing at me. And I was like, "What the hell's so funny?"
that's right. Well, that was, yeah.
So anytime
was-
anybody says that, that's what comes to my mind now.
Fine right away, yeah. That's like the last tribe I was an executive for. We had an attorney there, and she was an awesome gal. She's nicest gal you ever met. And it was great that she was our general attorney for the tribe because she would make a lousy prosecutor because she was just too kind. She was just too polite all the time. She's very businesslike, but she couldn't prosecute somebody, you know. But she was in my office 3-4 times a week. We're always dealing with legal issues. And she's this cute little skinny thing, and she's always all bubbly and just happy about everything. She come in my office one day, and she looked like about a 10-year-old out in the playground. She's sitting in this big oak chair that's next to my desk, next to me there. And she always dressed so professional, right? Well, the suit pants that she's wearing with this, it's a really nice ladies cut tight style suit, pantsuit. Well, the suit pants she's wearing, she didn't realize it, but the zipper blew out of them.
Oh God.
She comes in, sits down, and because she's wearing slacks, she don't care how she sits, right? So she's in all different positions in front of me, and I'm like, come, the whole front of your pants are wide open, girl, but she's an attorney, and I don't want to go, hey, look at it. She did a lot of legal work for me. I wanted her on my side, and embarrassing her might not work well, The only problem was the panties she was wearing had all these unicorns and rainbows. Bright colored, popping right out. And I'm like, oh my God, unicorns and rainbows. And she asked me some kind of legal question, and I go, oh, geez. I said, I'm going to believe that about as much as I believe in unicorns. And she goes, yeah, that I don't know what they're thinking, but yeah, that's just a joke. That's a pipe dream. I said, nah, that's believing in unicorns. Yep, for sure. And then she goes, well, if we got to sue them, we're going to go big. We're going to sue them really, really for a lot of money. I said, the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. I said, I bet you that pot of gold is guarded by a unicorn, too. She goes, Sty, I'll guarantee you that rainbow. I said, oh, don't do that. I said, you can keep your rainbow and your unicorn. And then I was just sitting here, arm up like this, and I go. She never looked down. All of a sudden, she realized what she put on that morning. And she's just like, oh, no. All of a sudden, she's trying to cover herself up. And shit. I was laughing so fucking hard. And I had this long trench-style coat, hanging from the door in the office. I give it to her. I said, put that on. And I said, I hope you got to change your clothes in your office. She goes, I do. She says, I think I just need to get in the car and go home for the rest of the day. I said, you just don't have to come back to my office, And she goes, if anybody out there says anything about a unicorn or a rainbow, I'm coming back. She says, I'm coming back because I know where it came from. I said, ain't my fault. No. I said, I tried to be as tactful as possible, giving you hints. And it was funny watching her go down the hall from my office because that damn trench coat, I'm 6 feet tall. She's like 4'11". That damn trench coat looked like a wedding dress with a big trail behind it, big tail hanging out there. She's walking down the hallway all bunched up in that trench coat. Everybody's like, what's that shit about? Oh, if you only knew. Yeah. Yeah, JDS. I have to say, yeah, it was fractured vertebrae, 2 of them. And I have to say, I weathered it pretty good. I weathered it. I can't bitch. I still have a lot of back pain, but I've learned to cope with it, live with it, manage it. So, yeah. I was fortunate it didn't cause any spinal column damage. What it did was it pinched all of the nerves that come off of the spinal column in that area. Okay.
Dan's not here. When are you supposed to take your medicine?
Oh,
Yeah.
as soon as someone like you says so, I'm a half hour late because I changed it to 9:30.
Good call.
I'm sitting here looking at the clock thinking I got a half hour yet. No, I don't, because I changed it to to 9:30, and the doctor said, "Don't miss it. I don't want you going an hour before or after," because she wants to see how my meds on a stable schedule work.
Yeah.
Which she should pick somebody that's stable to do that with, but I don't consider myself that terribly stable.
I get bad at even forgetting to take mine in the mornings. Girls will start arguing, and once they start arguing, my brain goes somewhere else. And it's like, oh God, would y'all quit?
Yeah.
Y'all want to kill me?
That's it. I found at my age now where if I really get on a train of thought and then somebody wants to interrupt that with something, it's like I feel really insulted. Like, would you fuck off? You know how few moments I have in a day where I can keep my mind on one damn thing, and you walk in and screwed it up. I mean,
it's like, oh my God, would you be?
Yeah. You don't have to be heard all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, bee sting on the butt? Hey, yeah. Ouch. Yeah, ow.
I have to hear crazy things like, oh my God, you sat on the couch and made me bounce. It's like, shut up.
Well, just sit there and bounce and shut up about it. I mean,
She sat too close to me, Mom. And they're 16 and 12. It's like, give me a break.
yeah, that's funny, Samantha. My ex-wife, we were at this river, and there's like a swimming hole there, and there's a dock that hadn't been put in yet that year. And she decided, I'm going to sun on the dock, right? And she's wearing like denim hot pants, and a halter top. She lays down on that dock and taking in the sun. And I thought, yeah, I'm playing with the kids by the water and shit. And I walked up to her and I said, how long you want to hang out here? She says, not till I sun my back. And she rolls over. She no more than rolls over and gets herself comfortable, and she's laying out there with her back facing the sun. And I see this big ass bumblebee coming. Well, she's wearing hot pants. They're low cut. And oh no, that little bugger went right under the waistband of them hot pants, right in the crack of her ass, right at the top of the crack of her ass. And she goes, oh, what's that? I said, it's a fucking bumblebee. I watched them crawl in there. Don't move. And she goes, kill it. Oh, really? Okay. Whack. Boom, it nailed her. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. She rode home. We had ride home. We were driving our home. We had a school bus that we lived in. She rode in that school bus on her knees all the way back to where we were camping. And she spent about 6 or 8 hours on her knees because she said, I can't sit down. It hurts so bad. And I said, I got to see this. I grabbed the back of her shorts and pulled it out. I go, holy God. Guess what? Your butt crack's only about half of what it used to be. You swelled right up, girl. Holy shit. Oh, but I'll never forget tears in her eyes when that thing stung her. And it's, oh gosh. Oh no. Yeah.
Jeez.
I've been stung in the mouth twice.
Oh,
The first time it was a bee on my can of Mountain Dew, and I went and took a drink, and it was a yellow jacket, and he went in my mouth. And they can sting you multiple times. They're not a bee, they're a hornet. So he's just in there, wham, 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 and stung me all over in my mouth. Second time I was eating a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger, out in the woods. A buddy of mine brought us lunch out to a logging site, and he brought us bacon cheeseburgers. And we're talking, and I didn't see it. There were 4 or 5 yellow jackets on that cheeseburger. And when I took the bite, 2 of them were in my mouth. And I started chewing, and I got stung by the first one. And I couldn't spit. I couldn't spit it out. Because every time I tried to spit, the suckers would sting me again. I didn't realize at first that it was 2 of them. But then all of a sudden, when you get stung on both sides of the mouth, you know, yeah, there's 2 in there. I chewed them up.
He taught them.
Yeah, I killed them. And then I spit them out. Then I spit it out. But yeah. Oh God! And my whole face just went, just like, oh shit.
Worst I ever got when I was about 7 years old, I went to climb up this metal thing down at the football field. And when I reached around, I didn't know it. There was a wasp nest there, and it was a big wasp nest. They heard me scream. It was probably a quarter mile from the house. When I jerked my hand out, it was covered with wasps.
Oh,
Oh my Jesus God. I hate them things now. Oh God.
oh yeah. Those
My hand
paper.
swelled up
those-
big as a damn baseball glove.
Oh, them damn paper wasps. Oh,
Oh,
I used to, when I was out at camp for 3 years, I go out and I hunt for and collect the big paper wasp nests.
yep.
And it would be at the tail end of the winter, you know, and because then they're safe to harvest, you know. Well, I started too early one year. I found this beautiful, God, it was beautiful. And I was selling them for anywhere from $100 to $250 a piece, depending on how big they were and the branch that they'd be on, because people want to hang them on their walls, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I brought that nest back to the Sty Shack, and I hung it up by the wood stove. And I thought, well, I'll prep it and I'll spray it with the clear coat and stuff in a day or two. That night, I heard the dog whimpering, and I woke up and I go, "What's wrong with you?" And she kept trying to get deeper under the blankets, and then I heard them.
Oh God.
Frickin' Sty Shack was full of paper wasps.
Mm-mm-mm.
I thawed that damn nest out, and they all come out. I mean, holy shit! That from that point on, it was no. I harvest them, hang them out on the porch, and then I'd spray Raid up in them.
Yep. Bring 'em in the house.
Yep, leave them suckers out there for 4 or 5 days watching them. See any bees? No. No more bringing them in the house till I was sure.
Yeah, but to this day, those are the only bees that will make me nervous and make me duck down and get away from. Rest of them, I don't care. They can fly right at my face. Don't bother me. But wasps, mm-mm.
Wasps, yeah. See, that's one thing with like mud wasps.
Oh, God, they're wicked.
I could not understand it, but I found out. I watched this, I don't know, Smithsonian documentary or something about critters and deadly critters, as it's called or something. And they're talking about those mud wasps and why a mud wasp, as long as you stay away from them, they'll leave you alone.
Yep.
But if you get near their nest, they'll come after you. They don't even wait for you to touch the nest. They just come after you. I was amazed. It's because mud wasps are carnivores.
Oh, heck.
They only eat other insects. But there's something in our chemistry that smells to them like prey, so they come after us. And then what they want to do is kill us and eat us. I watched that documentary and I go, now I will always, the rest of my life, hate mud wasps.
And they can sting fast and more than once.
Yes.
I had to get down my shirt one time, back of my shirt. And, oh my God.
Yeah, that's the worst. When I was out riding scooter all the time, you know, I had this 1200 Harley Sporty that I had chopped, channeled, and it had a 6-foot girder front end on a big long rail front end on it. Choice chopper. I take that thing out on the highway for the first good run on that bike. Heck, we worked on that thing for about 5 months just to get it road ready. So I am out there for its maiden journey, right? Well, my mother-in-law insisted, you put the helmet on. You put a helmet on. You ain't leaving here without a helmet on. Ah, Jesus. And my father-in-law goes, your choice. Put the helmet on. You don't have to listen to her or go without it. And then you got to listen to her for days and days about how stupid you are. Your choice. I said, fine, I'll put one. So I put this helmet on. And it's a full helmet. Usually I just wore, a half helmet. Put that full helmet on. I get out on the highway and the bike's running great. So I throttle that baby up. I get her up to about 65, 70 miles an hour. And I'm going, yes, everything's tight. It's running good. And all of a sudden, there's a big-ass bumblebee coming right at me. And I don't know why in my mind I'm thinking, whoa, shit, I won't be able to see through the no face shield. Right inside that helmet, behind my left ear, and he's just noisier than hell. He's pissed in there. I'm trying to back out of trying to slow that bike down. I got it down to about 40 miles an hour. And you don't take a bike that's 9.5 feet long and put it down in the ditch and think you're going to ride it. God, I got down in the ditch and that son of a bitch was all over. That bike's all over the place. I'm thinking I'm going to die. I finally just let go of it and slid down the ditch a ways, and my bike didn't get too banged up, but I got up and that sucker's still in there. And I was yanking on that helmet so hard, get that son of a bitch off. And a buddy of mine was following me on his scooter, and he says, oh, that was so damn funny, you trying to get that helmet off? He said, I've never seen anybody try so hard to get a helmet off. I told him, if you would have seen the size of that bumblebee, and he went right inside my damn helmet. He was laughing. He says, oh, yeah. Got to look out for those. Fuck off. I don't want to hear it. Boy, I couldn't do that anymore, man. I used to ride my scooter around without a shirt on, just an open vest, leather vest, And I'd have June bugs smack me in the chest. Whack, whack, whack. What the hell? Have them hit you in the forehead, just about knock your head on. Oh, yeah, that's how it is. If you didn't have bugs in your teeth, you weren't biking, Shit. My last bike, it was a Gold Wing. Oh, yeah, that had a really nice tall windshield on it and beautiful fairing. And I still wore a full helmet with a face shield on it. No bugs anymore. Zipped up leather jacket. No, I ain't taking the bugs anymore.
Too much excitement.
Yeah.
See you, JDS.
See you, JDS.
Kirk.
Great to see you there, Tim. I went past the 3-hour mark. We'll run her out, If anybody needs to go, you found your way in, you can find your way out, Only problem is sometimes we get people that come around, they never go home. You ever notice that with certain people? You hint to them, I really like calling at night. I'm really tired. I worked really hard all day. Gotta get up early in the morning, and they'll sit there on your fucking couch and talk for another 3 hours. It's like, what do I have to do to get the point across to these people? Go home. It's time to go. You like to just grab them by the belt and throw them out the door. Say, thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, you could not wait to get up here. You waited exactly for the moment for that cat to leave.
That's
Gee.
it. That's it. The cat,
Christmas.
Tiger wasn't off your lap 3 seconds.
Yeah,
Chase was
and
right
he
there.
popped right up. They fight over my lap. Look at him too. He's burrowing. What are you doing? You nut?
As long as they fight over your lap, off your lap.
Goodness gracious. You guys are pathetic. You're pathetic. Both are. I told you they fight over who gets to sit here.
They are worse than a spoiled little kid. I mean, how dare you be up there? That's my mom's lap.
Yep.
Yep.
Crazies. I know you're pissed. Come here. All right. Yeah, he's like, not okay.
That's not okay.
Sad.
See, everybody goes, oh, yeah, I want to come back as a dog, or I want to come back as a cat. My luck, I'd come back as a cat, and I'd end up being E-Waste Mike's cat. That'd be my luck, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Oh, jeez. Look at, oh, jeez. Just don't call me Earl. Don't call me Earl. Yeah, there's some pet owners I wouldn't want to be their pet. There's others where, oh, please, yeah, I'd love to be their pet. Yeah.
Dang, they switching off fast. I looked down and there was a cat there. Looked back up and there's a dog.
Yeah, they're flip flopping, boy. They're just.
I know.
Yeah.
One gets down, the other comes up. It's a game. It's a game now.
Yep. Who gets her next? Bradley.
It was always the opposite with my first husband. I was the one always wanting to go, and he'd be the one sitting there talking to me. Oh, I want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, let's go.
Well, my ex-wife, she had an issue going both ways. We'd go someplace, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm standing there with my coat on, holding her coat and her purse for 45 minutes to an hour. Because she said, let's go. And it's like, oh, Jesus, now I get to be a coat rack for an hour or two. Other times we get someplace and it's really, hey, it's great. We're here. And we just got there. And she's going, let's go. What? What the hell are you talking about? We just got here. Oh, we've been here long enough. Let's go. What the hell? So I never knew. Is she going to make me wait for her to finally decide the night's over? Or is she going to cut my night short? You know, it was one or the other. It was never in between. Every time we went out somewhere, I felt it was either too long or not long enough. One of the two. She was one notoriously. I mean, I could take her to a fine restaurant. We'd have steak and lobster. It just, just loving it, man. Awesome meal. Nice romantic meal. When she's done eating, it's, well, that was pretty good. Let's go. Wait the fuck a minute. I just spent $125 for the two of us to eat. I'm going to sit here a while. I want another drink. I might think, yeah. I didn't just pay for the food, woman. I rented this table for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm done eating. Let's go. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, you went to the Longhorn yesterday, eh, Bradley? That cat, boy, he's got a voice, too.
He's jealous. You left.
Yeah,
Found the window and took it, man.
that's it.
It's like, nope.
That's it. Playing musical chairs here. You get up, somebody's going to grab your seat.
Yeah, that's true. You want to go outside? Come on. Nico, go on. Go on.
He's not too sure about going out there.
It might be too cold, Mom. You want to go out? All right.
Well, I don't think
Might
so.
be a while till you open that door again, so I might as well. What are you thinking?
Not really. I don't want to go out. But I'll go.
We had one cat that always a house cat. It was from kitten up, and and I think he was about 4 or 5 years old when it happened. But one winter, he was standing by the door, and we had a deck outside there, and it was icy out there, a little bit of snow. And I go, hey, Barley, you want to go outside? And I open the door, and he looks out there, and he thought, boy, that's interesting. And he walked out far enough, I was able to close the door behind him. And I just sat at the kitchen table looking out the window, watching him. That's all the farther he made it. He had 1 foot up in the air and 3 on that cold deck, and he just stood there and stood there and stood. After about 20 minutes, I'm going, did he freeze to death standing there? I mean, he hasn't moved. I opened that door. He looked over his shoulder, and how the hell a cat can jump? He's facing that way, but he jumped straight up and was turned all the way around, and his feet only touched that deck twice. Once jumping out, once jumping back in the house. And after that, he was even nervous getting close to the window. He always wanted to get on a chair or something and look out the window. He didn't want to get in the windowsill anymore. It was just like, no, I ain't going back out there and that shit. It ain't happening. He's scared to death. He's scared to death. What the
I
heck?
hate to say it, but I got to get going, Sty.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up anyway, girl. I really do. We've gone long enough tonight, guys.
It's a school
Hate
night.
to cut out on everybody, but hey, Sty's tired too, and I got a couple things I gotta do yet. So, hey, I love all you. You're all great. Granny, Samantha, I adore both of you. Yeah. Big hug. Big
Yeah.
hug. Love you to
You
death.
guys.
And I will see you probably at Phil's tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Love you guys. I want everybody to have a very good night. And I'm going to close like I typically do nowadays. I'm just going to dance my way out of here. And
Good night, Sty. Good night, everybody.
we'll see you all very soon. Night.
Night.